Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. And we are live once more. We are live once again here on True School Sports. I hope you guys are doing great wherever you're at in the world. If you're tuning into the playback or the replay, smash the like button. If you're tuning in now, smash the like button. No matter when you're tuning in, just smash the like button, support your boy BT. Because when you support BT, you're supporting real boxing. Now, I didn't think I was gonna go live today. I didn't think I was gonna go live today because I had a couple of interviews I had to do today. Neither one of them has got to me yet. So I figured, you know what? I got some time. I've been staring at this damn computer all day like a zombie. Why not give the people a live? Why not talk some boxing on set? Because normally I've been doing it in the damn car, but now we're on set. Now I got the Mike Tyson shit in the background. I still got my Charlo picture up because he really won last Saturday, so I gotta make sure I rep my boy Charlo at all times, man, because he's one of the true living legends of the sport. But shout out to everybody. Hope everybody's good. A lot of stuff going on in boxing. A whole lot of stuff going on in boxing that we have to talk about. And as you guys can see by the title, I'm not gonna waste no time. I'm not gonna mince no words. We are going to give you guys the nitty gritty. We are going to give you guys the truth because that's what we do here on True School Sports. That's why I'm the untouchable. That's why. Oh shit, we got my man. I see you in the comments. Nordic Warrior. He says I'm rooting for Benavidez. I think he knocks Charlo out. Make sure y'all go subscribe to my man Nordic Warrior, one of the true OGs and one of the true treasures of the YouTube boxing community. Much respect to Nordic Warrior. Always have respect for his channel. I've always liked his channel, so please go over there because he speaks rationally, and he's that guy, man. He's that guy. But let's get into it, man. So Jermall Charlo, right? Jermall Charlo. So before we even get into what happened yesterday, we have to set the stage of how we got to this point. Okay, Jermall Charlo was the same guy who stated that he will not fight anybody under 25 years old, which applies to one David Benavidez. He will not fight David Benavidez without the vaccine, the COVID vaccine that's been, killing everybody. They got Hank Aaron first, they got Marvin Hagler second. So I'm just saying, hey, I don't want to get too political, but I'm just saying he doesn't want Benavidez fighting unless he gets the vaccine, right? So then Benavidez, right? Benavidez has a fight. Benavidez has a fight with Ronald Ellis. It was a good fight. Benavidez walked him down and threw his combinations, and it was your prototypical David Benavidez performance. It was what you would expect from a David Benavidez type of performance, right? Beats him, eventually stops Ronald Ellis in dominant fashion, and now all of a sudden, Big Charlo wants to call out David Benavidez or respond to his initial call out, which I find a bit funny. I find the timing of it a bit funny. But let's get into what Jermall Charlo said verbatim. He said the following, and I quote. He was on the Last Stand podcast yesterday, so go shout out to them. Go check them out. But he said, and I quote, he said, let's make that fight happen. I'm going to knock his punk ass out. I'll explode on him, trust me. I do my thing. I've been doing this all my life. Put me in there with the bro. I'm a lion, bro. Let's get it. He then went on by saying, I give him 4 rounds, 5 rounds. I knock him out in about 5 rounds, 6 rounds, but no more than that. He gets hit way too much. I'm powerful. So those are the words of Big Charlo, Jermall Charlo. And as far as the timing of it all, that's what I want to focus on. Like I'm not saying he doesn't want to fight him. He could want to fight him. I don't know. But the timing of it is what I'm highlighting because why has his tune changed all of a sudden? How come the first time Benavidez called him out, or the first time he felt some type of way about Benavidez, why didn't he say the first time, okay, I don't like how he's talking to me. He needs to keep running his mouth because I'm about to sign a contract. Why didn't he say that? Why is it now all of a sudden that he wants to fight Benavidez? I think it's because now look, this is just my theory, so don't shoot the messenger. Don't get your keyboard fingers ready. I just think with Jermall that Jermall I don't know. I don't know what's going on with Jermall. But like, listen, if it's the case, if he actually does want to fight Benavidez, if he wants to fight Benavidez, first and foremost, that would be a great fight. That would be good for boxing. Um, that would be great for the middleweight and super middleweight division. You know, because I heard they might fight at a catch weight. Where the hell where weight class they fight in, it'll be good for that weight class. It'll be good for boxing. It'll be an explosive fight. Two explosive, undefeated, boxer punchers. You know, well, Benavidez is more of a puncher than he is a boxer, but you get what I'm saying. Um, I hope Jermall Charlo keeps that same energy. I want him to keep that same energy because Benavidez, as a known fact, Benavidez just won an eliminator. Okay, so more than likely, if the WBC doesn't do any funny business, Benavidez will probably at some point in time be upgraded to mandatory because he just won the final eliminator. And if that happens, he's gonna be looking at Canelo. His side's to be set on Canelo. So now Charlo wants to call him out. I don't understand. But if it could happen, then that'd be great. And when it comes time to try and make that fight happen, we're gonna see if Jermall's really serious. We're gonna see if Jermall's really about what he says he is, because you know, this is a guy in Charlo. And look, I like Jermall Charlo. Let me, before I get into what I want to say, let me just tell you that up until just recently, I've always liked Jermall Charlo more than Jermell. It was Jermell that I didn't like. It was Jermell who I thought was not gonna be that good, or he wasn't as good as Jermall. I've always thought that until just recently, until probably the Rosario fight. Okay, Jermall in his career, if we're just being honest, if we're keeping it a buck, Jermall, you know, he fought Dennis Hogan, smaller guy coming up in weight. Fought Brandon Adams, not the biggest middleweight in the world. You know, he's always been a guy that's had a size advantage in these weight classes. 54, at 54 he was a gargoyle. He was huge at 54. 60 he was a big guy. 68, where Benavidez is at, this might be the first time in his career where you could say Jermall Charlo is fighting a young, undefeated guy who's just as physically strong as him. I mean, I know he fought Julian Williams, but I didn't even when they fought, I didn't think Julian Williams was ever as physically strong as Jermall Charlo. So, you know, how does he cope with that? How does he deal with that? How does he deal with the combinations, the constant pressure of Benavidez? Does he have the discipline and the boxing skills to do that for 12 rounds? Does Benavidez? Because being honest with you, I like Benavidez too, but even he's had his fair share of vulnerabilities in the past. You know, when he fought Ronald Gavril years ago, Ronald Gavril gave him a great fight, particularly in that first fight where they fought to a split decision. You know, but since that Ronald Gavril fight, since the second Ronald Gavril fight, he's had 4 straight stoppages, and he stopped some decent fighters in that process. He stopped Ronald Ellis, he stopped Romero Angulo, guys that are not easy to get out of there. You know, so I think they both have their vulnerabilities, they both have their questions, but this is a fight that I really want to see, because we know one thing, right? Canelo Alvarez, as much as all you guys calling him out, Canelo Alvarez isn't, you know, he's not running to fight these guys. Okay, he's got his agenda already laid out. And who knows, even if the WBC makes Benavidez mandatory, who the hell knows if he's even gonna honor that and not do some bullshit once he becomes undisputed, if he becomes undisputed, which he should be, because honestly I favor him against Callum Smith and I favor him against Caleb Plant. So you can't put all your eggs into the Canelo basket. These fighters have to have careers of their own. So I think the fight should happen because I think this is a fight of the year candidate. Someone asked, who do I think would win? And that's a hell of a question to ask, you know. Charlo's coming up in weight. Charlo has probably, you would say he has the better boxing skills, because Charlo's a more like linear fighter. His punches come real straight. You know, he has the counter punching abilities. And he's maturing into a really great. He's maturing into a really dangerous fighter right before our eyes. You got Benavidez, who when he puts them together, I mean, I can't really think of any combination, not many combinations punchers, if any combination punchers in boxing better than him. When he puts his punches together, it's like watching. I don't know. It's like watching a great movie. It's just like watching a great movie, or just watching poetry in motion, you know. Maybe that guy right there. Maybe you could say that guy right there has better combinations than him when he was in his prime. Now at 115, I wouldn't put Cholatito's combinations above Benavidez, but younger Cholatito for sure. But why not? Why not make this fight happen? You know, why not make this fight happen? These are two guys that a lot of people want to see fight Canelo. Canelo's not rushing to fight any of them, and I think the media should put more pressure on Canelo to fight them because these are the guys. These are two guys that I think would have a good chance of giving Canelo some serious problems and maybe even beating him. But in the meantime, why not make this fight happen? Why not see who's who around these weights? Who's the top dog? Who's the top lion? Who is the true alpha male? You know that because at the end of the day, when you get to the nitty gritty of boxing, that's what boxing is. It's seeing who is the top dog, who is that guy, who is the alpha male of the sport, and you know, these are two guys that haven't lost. These are two guys that are known for devastating knockouts. And both are fighters that have fan friendly styles. So why not make that fight happen, man? Why not? Let's get to some comments. I see the comments. I'm not on StreamYard right now, but I'll read the comments. Shout out to my man Moxley XD. Hope you're doing good, champ. Salute to you. He says, "I love your background, bro." Thank you. I have the funny thing is, right, because I haven't even finished it yet. Like I haven't actually finished my background. I'm supposed to get. I haven't got them yet, but I'm supposed to get like these Don King fat heads, like the little poster boards. I got a picture of Don King with like these American flags in his hand. I'm about to put it right here. So it's why I'm about to spice it up real good once those come in. But yeah, there's those things that I want to add. You know, at some point in time. You know, I got my hat here. Got my hat here that says the Untouchable, because that's what I am. I'm the Untouchable. I'll put my damn thinking cap on. I'm the Untouchable. I got my hat here, so I'll probably be wearing this to the fight on Saturday. So if you're in the Dallas area and you see me, if you're in the Dallas area and you're going to the Maurice Hooker Virgil Ortiz fight, look for me wearing a black hat that says the Untouchable, because that's more than likely what I'll be wearing. Slow Tello, what's good, man? Shout out to Slow Tello. He's always here showing love. He says, "What's up? LeBron's going dummy on LaMelo tonight." Well, if the Hornets play as bad as it did last night against Nuggets, then he's got a great chance. But I'm sticking with my pick. Hornets gonna beat the shit out of the Lakers tonight. Shout out to LaMelo Ball. Jesus M. Shout out to Jesus M. He says, "Is this a social media boxing war? This is just hype. It's not happening. Not true. All hype. Well, it may be. It may be. It may not be. But I figure we just document it so that way that it's there in the archives. People can come back and they can watch it later on. You know, if it does or doesn't happen. By the way, shout out to everybody watching the playback. If you're watching the playback right now, Yvonne Nicholas wants to know who wins this fight. Now that's the $1 million question, and that was the question I was trying to answer. Honestly, I have no clue. I have no clue who to win this fight. I would favor Jermall Charlo if his chin can hold up in this fight. If he can take a good shot, which I think he can, I would favor Jermall Charlo just because I believe he has the better boxing skills. Benavidez is very effective. He's extremely strong. He has those combinations that anybody could fall in love with. But I've seen vulnerabilities in the past with him. I've seen him when he walks forward toward when he was fighting Ronald Graville, who is a very basic boxer, a tough boxer, but a basic boxer. You know, I saw Ronald Graville stabbing him to the body, making it a real tough fight for him. I remember years ago when he was younger, when he fought Dennis Duggan. I don't know. I don't want to bring up stuff from the past. I just think that Charlo, with the way he's maturing, I would lean slightly towards him. But I think it's a pick'em fight. I think it is a pick'em fight because of the style matchup, because of where they're at in their careers, because both these guys are just so confident in themselves. You know. KMXBC says he calls him Cap, Jermall Cap Charlo. We'll see, man. Listen, we gotta put that pressure on Jermall Charlo to sign this damn contract, to sign a contract. Because I'm not even sure if there is a damn contract out there. I don't think there is. It's just social media smoke. But I wanted to bring that up. I wanted to bring it up. Benavidez didn't look as good versus Ellis, so Charlo wants to fight now, it seems, in my opinion. Well, Ronald Ellis, you know, and we got to give respect where respect is due. Ronald Ellis was a tough warrior against Benavidez. You know, he was taking good shots. He was getting hit with some really, really hard thudding punches from David Benavidez, but his spirit for a lot of that fight, his spirit wasn't broken. He was in there fighting, so he deserves some praise or at least some respect for a good effort, even though he came up short. I don't know what's going through Charlo's mind. Maybe you're right, but let's make it happen, man. You know, 2021 thus far, it's looking like a banner year for boxing. You know, we had a great fight with Ryan Garcia and Luke Campbell earlier this year in January. We had Burchell versus Valdez. We had Cholatita versus Estrada this past week. We got Joshua and Fury in the process of happening. You know, Hooker and Ortiz are fighting this week, which I think is a good fight. Some people say it's not, but I think it's a good fight. It's time for the creme de la creme and the best of the best to fight each other. We can't just talk about it. We can't just slap our gums. We can't just get our we can't just keep our Twitter fingers nice and sharp. We gotta make shit happen in 2021. 2021 is put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? So hopefully it happens. Major Key Boxing says, "What up? What's good? What's good, Glenn? Good to see you, champ." JD Blanca says, he said your H Money invitation was on point. You mean why I was like, what's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. DAZN. We in the building, bruh. He's ducking Devin Haney. Shout out to H Money, man. Much love to him. Does David arm punch? I've seen it in the past where David Benavidez arm punches. I think he's gotten better at not arm punching and getting that shoulder snap behind them hooks. But nah, if you're the kind of fighter that can take his punches, get in his chest, then I've seen in the past you can get David Benavidez to arm punch. It's just that most guys can't stand up to the power. They get overwhelmed by the speed. They get overwhelmed by the volume, and that problem doesn't really become a problem too often. You know, I haven't really seen it. I haven't really seen that be a problem for him since the Ronald Gavril fight. There were pockets, very small pockets in that fight of the Ellis fight where you saw it kind of rear its ugly head, but it's not too often that it happens. Slotello says, I looked at your oldest videos, and you used to be an NBA channel and interview NBA players. I know, and I've made that clear very many times. Before I started, I've been a boxing fan my whole life. I first fight I ever watched was Bernard Hopkins versus Felix Trinidad. I was 6 years old. Pops put it on HBO, and when I was a kid, you know, I casually followed boxing. As I got older, I got more into the sport, and I've been in love ever since. But yeah, I did used to cover the NBA. In fact, I'm in Dallas right now, and that's actually where it all started. I used to cover the Dallas Mavericks. I used to cover the D-League. I interviewed Vince Carter, Steph Curry, and the list goes on and on and on. But most people don't even know that because most people don't take the time to do their due diligence when they open their mouths up about me. So I appreciate you, Slotello. Thank you for doing your homework. Did you see the new league sparring between Rayo and Timo? Rayo wasn't told. Who the hell is Rayo? Who's Rayo? Benavidez versus Jermall Charlo and Jermall Charlo versus Castaño on the same card. JK, that would be ideally, that would be perfect. That would be perfect. You put, you know, the real Big Charlo, because I'm sorry, Jermall, but Jermall has earned it. Jermall has earned it. Jermall Charlo is now Big Charlo. Jermall Charlo has been demoted to Little Charlo. The Big Charlo, Jermall Charlo, the King of 154, you know, a.k.a. Mr. Keep Running Your Mouth, a.k.a. I can't even front. Jermall Charlo has become one of my favorite fighters. I don't like the guy for a long time, but he's turned me into a fan, especially after what he did to my boy Banana Rosario. That was brutal to watch, but I respect him, man. He should fight Castaño, main event, for the undisputed title. And then they should have Jermall versus Benavidez as the co-main event. And you know, you could do it on pay-per-view the same way you did for the Rosario fight and the Derevyanchenko fight. And there you go. And that's actually unlike that card. I mean, I didn't mind paying for that. I mean, I didn't mind I wouldn't have mind paying for that card. You know, I like those are big fights for the hardcores, but like just the fact that you have Jermall fighting for undisputed, the fact that you have Jermall fighting a guy like Benavidez, that is pay-per-view worthy. That's something to where like you go in your wallet and you fork over your $30 or $40 or whatever it's gonna cost to make the fight to watch the fight. That's what you should do. That's what they should do in a perfect, sane, and just world. That's what PBC, Showtime Boxing, and all parties involved would have their attentions focused on. But that fight would be so interesting because with Jermall, one of the biggest knocks on Jermall's career has always been that Jermall Charlo always fights smaller guys. That Jermall Charlo doesn't really fight guys that are his size or that are as strong as him. And for me, this fight right here, if he's not blowing smoke, if he's not just being some social media, tough guy, this fight right here would be him debunking those criticisms, him going at those criticisms of his career thus far. Because I mean, like, look, when he fought Brandon Adams is a good fighter, and Brandon Adams just had a great win against Sergey Boychuk on Ring City, USA. So that win is aging really, really, really well. But Brandon Adams was not is small compared to Jermall Charlo. Same thing with Dennis Hogan. Dennis Hogan, he fought Munguia at 54. He's not really that big. Julian Williams, even though that was a good fight, that was a fantastic fight at the time, and you can't really shit on the win at all. I mean, Julian Williams isn't as big or as strong as Charlo, so I would, for just to see how Jermall Charlo handles somebody with comparable or equal to physical strength, that's what makes this fight intriguing. And seeing how he's gonna do when he gets hit with somebody who can punch like Benavidez, who's got the speed like Benavidez, and someone that believes in himself like a Benavidez. That to me it's on my bucket list for the fights that I want to see, in 2021. This is a fight that if I had to pay $200, $300 to go to the fight, I would do it. That's how much I want to see this fight. So Al Heyman, Showtime Boxing, if you're out there, come on, man. Hey, man, I'm gonna get to these comments, man, because I see quite a lot of people are chiming in. I appreciate everybody who's chiming in and taking the time to watch True School Sports right now. It's your boy BT, the Untouchable. Let's get to the comments, man. Shout out to my man. Jose Valenzuela. Yeah, I know about him. I heard about that. Yeah, Jose Valenzuela apparently beat the shit out of Teofimo in sparring. I saw a video about it a couple weeks ago. I was watching a video about it. I've heard good things about the kid, Rayo Valenzuela. So we'll see what he does in the pros, man. I'm not really too big. I know a big thing in boxing these days that gets a lot of views is like talking about who dropped who in sparring and who did this in sparring. For me personally, when it comes to this boxing thing, it's fun to talk about. It's fun to talk about. It makes for a good interview. It makes for a good soundbite. Some of two of my biggest videos on YouTube that have millions and millions of views have to do with like talking about sparring or a sparring session itself. But as far as me really caring about what goes on in sparring, I don't really give a fuck. I don't think it matters. I don't think sparring matters when it comes to fighting under them lights, because I don't want to put the guy down, but like look at Devin Haney. Devin Haney's got the greatest sparring montage in the history of the sport. He's got amazing sparring montage, but then he gets under the lights against Gamboa, and he's not turning in those kind of performances that he turns in sparring. So it's better to be a fighter who sucks in sparring but is great under the lights than to be great in sparring and suck under the lights. And Teofimo Lopez, from what I know, from just getting intel about him from people that I know in boxing and in South Florida, he's one of those guys that sucks in sparring but is great under them lights. And then you get guys in boxing, and I don't want to say no name because I don't want to put nobody down, but there's fighters that I know who are trash in fights. But if you were to put them against the same opponents they get knocked out by under the lights in sparring, they're beating their asses in sparring. So those kind of fighters and those kind of things happen in boxing. Oh my God, I see some heavy hitters in them comments. Archie Mego, shout out to him. He says Charlo may not get knocked out by David, but David with the evil smile of his is gonna make Charlo's face look like a lion chewed on his face. Well, I want to see it. Listen, it's hard to pick either way because I think I could see both of these guys imposing themselves in the fight, imposing their wills in this fight, and making it a fight of the year. Slotello says, did you watch the Sinisa Estrada press conference today? She just sounds hot. Sheesh. I did watch the Sinisa Estrada press conference today. She had the whole Bruce Lee shit going on. She had the Bruce Lee shirt on. Shout out to Sinisa. She's definitely a friend of the channel. I was actually supposed to interview her today, but I don't know. She big time me right now. So come on, super bad. Stop big time me. Just joking around, but we'll do it at some point. I don't know if it's gonna happen tomorrow or today, but it's gonna happen at some point. Trayvon Shaw says he's got Charlo in the 10th round of that fight if it does happen. And then listen, that's the kind of fight I see it being. I see that fight. I don't think anybody's gonna stop anybody in the first 6 rounds or anything like that. I see that fight as a knock him out, drag him out, like war of attrition type of fight. I'm talking like freaking, this is Sparta. This is Sparta on some 300 type shit. Like there's been lots of heavy, hard, grown man punches thrown. Obviously, anything can happen in any round when a punch lands. But I love to see it. And hopefully Charlo's just not blowing smoke, man. Because I'm telling you right now, and you know what? Let this video. It's right now. It's March 18th. Okay, March 18th, 2021, 5:58 Central Standard Time. I'm in Dallas, Texas right now. Okay, let this video be a declaration. If the time comes to make this fight, and Jermall Charlo changes his tune, I'm going to go off like never before. Like never before. It's gonna be a lot, because for him to say, okay, I'm not fighting nobody under 25. You need to get a vaccine, then pivot, and then come over here and say, I'm gonna knock his punk ass out, and then to not sign a contract, that would be very disingenuous, and that would be just extra cap. Mucho cap. So Charlo, don't be out here capping, bro. I got faith in you. Unadulterated truth says, I came over to clout chase after you, Pops. He is the big fish, and I need to steal some of his shine. LOL, what's up, bro? I hope all is great with you and your dad. Yeah, everything is great with me and my dad. I haven't seen my dad in, we're going on what, almost a month. I haven't seen my dad in almost a month. I've been in Texas for like 3.5 weeks, 3 weeks already. So yeah, man, he's good. I call him every day. He's doing all right. So for people that are asking, because I see people in the comments asking, BT, is the fight happening? The fight's not happening. This is what happened. For those of you who are just tuning in or haven't gotten wind of the news or what's happened, this is what's happened, okay? So Benavidez was talking about fighting Charlo in an interview long ago, okay? Charlo felt some type of way about Benavidez even mentioning his name, okay? And then Charlo said, I'm not going to fight him until he gets a vaccine and this, that, and the third, and, whatever. He don't want to fight him for all these different reasons. Benavidez has his fight against Ronald Ellis. He wins his fight against Ronald Ellis, which was a WBC final eliminator. After winning the final eliminator, Charlo goes on a podcast, pivots, and says, I want to fight him. I'm going to knock his punk ass out in 6 rounds. So that's where we're at. There's not anything in writing. There's no contract signed. It's not official. It's not going to be happening on any particular date at this moment in time. But I thought it was interesting because he just pivoted. He pivoted. So... listen, Jermall Charlo has been known to change his mind in the past. I mean, I remember when he fought, was it Austin Trout? I think it was Austin Trout. He fought someone at 54. I remember he fought this one guy at 54 who I can't remember right now, but he fought somebody at 54, and he was supposed to move up to 60 immediately, and then he said, no, I'm going to stay at 54. I changed my mind. So he's been known to change his mind in the past. I used to actually call Jermall Charlo, Jermall, I changed my mind, Charlo. So hopefully I don't got to start calling him Jermall, I changed my mind, Charlo again, because I'm telling you right now, if I bring that nickname back for him, it's not going to leave. Like last time. Last time I let it slide because it wasn't a big deal that he wanted to stay at 54 for an extra fight. But this is an important matter. This is not a joke. This is not to be played with. He can't be pivoting now. He's at the point of no return. You can't stick your chest out like he's been sticking his chest out and not go ahead and fight him. Slow Teller said, I said Floyd Mayweather owns Canelo, and Canelo fanboys went mad. I mean, that tends to happen, man. They love Canelo. They love that man. Baki Hamna says, you better watch out, bro. Clutch of Shields is gonna pull up on you. Hey man, like look, I don't listen. I don't stick my chest out, act like no tough guy, but I've never been known to duck no smoke. But yeah, Clutch of Shields, a great fighter. She had a disagreement with me because I said that Sinisa Straddle would be the best female fighter when it's all said and done of this era, and she wasn't trying to hear all that. She wasn't. Why don't you go to David's favorite? I don't know what you're talking about. Brig Johnson. He's calling these boys liars. Liars only. Liars only. Dulat Vlog says Canelo versus Charlo. Who is a great boxer? Canelo versus Charlo. Who is a great boxer? That's kind of a weird way we worded that comment. That would be a good fight. To answer your question, that'd be a good fight. Who is a great boxer? I mean, everybody's a great boxer. Everyone's great in their own special way. Why not? But yeah, shout out to everybody here, man. Pink Panther, MXBC. Listen, shout out to the MXBC. Shout out to the mighty MXBC. Shout out to all my Mexicanos out there. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you guys. What happened? He said, "What happens in sparring should stay in sparring," and that's like an old school line of thought. You know, just it would be nice if that was how things were in boxing these days. It would be nice if people thought that way, but the reality is people do not think that way. What happens in sparring doesn't stay in sparring. That was like something they said in the 80s and then the 90s and the 70s and the 60s. Yes, that's a yesteryear quote. Now it's what happens in sparring goes on the gram. You know, what happens on sparring goes on Facebook. What happens on sparring, you know, I'm going to talk about it in every interview, you know, and say that I beat this guy up in sparring when I got my ass kicked for 4 rounds. You know, that's where we're at now in boxing. You know, but that's the old way. That's how it used to be. MMA, the boxing, MMA champs, boxing dynasty. He comments. He says, Benavidez is too tall. He has fast hands, great jab, and a lot of power. I think Benavidez would stop him late. I could see that. I could see if Jermall Charlo decides to not box him from the outside, and makes it a knock him out, like grind it out type of fight where they're toe to toe. You know, I could foresee a scenario where he gets worn down and gets caught something big and gets taken to some deep, dark, and uncomfortable places he hasn't been to in his career, you know? And if he hasn't been there in quite some time. Baki Havana says, Jermall Charlo is a real dog. Jermall Charlo is all cap. Yeah, I never thought my wildest dreams ever in my life that I never thought that I would be saying to myself that Jermall Charlo is the premier Charlo. Because I used to just say Jermall Charlo was whatever. Jermall Charlo, he's cool. You know, he had that fight with John Jackson where he was getting outboxed by a guy who's not really known for being a boxer, and then, you know, what happened. You know, I didn't rate Jermall Charlo highly for the longest time, but he has shown time and time again through consistency, through fighting top competition, through his attitude, through his discipline, and through a lot of entertainment that he's the real deal, and that, you know, he got better and he got stronger after that first Tony Harrison loss. You know, so I fuck with Lil Charlo. I mess with him. But yeah, there's just so much. There's so much going on in the sport right now. You know what I mean? There's so much news going on right now. I just saw today, and I actually wanted to kind of pivot. We're still going to talk about Charlo Benavidez. So if you guys got any comments, thoughts, questions, concerns about that fight, you continue dropping them down below, and I will address them. But I wanted to kind of pivot and switch gears for a second, because look, your boy Iron Mike is back. Iron Mike is back. That man right there, Mr. Punch Out, he's back, and he's back with a bang at 54 years old. He's gonna do his second exhibition. It's part of the whole Legends Only League that he's got going on. Mike Tyson is doing what everybody's doing in boxing right now. He's taking his talents to South Beach, to the new mecca of boxing. Hey, sorry Vegas, sorry LA, sorry New York City, but the new mecca of boxing, South Florida, Miami, South Florida, stand up. He said on his podcast yesterday or recently, when he was talking to Canelo Alvarez, that he's going to be fighting in late May. May 29th is the date that he's talking about. So we're talking about, I believe it's Memorial Day weekend, which is very, 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 it's very lively in Miami during Memorial Day weekend. Sometimes it's too damn lively for its own good. You know, sometimes you go down to South Beach on Memorial Day weekend, and shootings happen. People start shooting bullets up in the air. I mean, people get crunk. They get lit from a Memorial Day weekend in South Florida. So for Mike Tyson to bring a fight to Miami during Memorial Day weekend, that's gonna be something interesting. That's gonna be a spectacle, and that's the week before. That's the week right before Teofimo Lopez fights in Miami. So look, I'm in Texas right now. I'm gonna be in Texas for a little bit of time, but I'm gonna bring my ass back. I'm gonna bring my ass to South Florida for these fights. I'm gonna bring my ass to South Florida for this Mike Tyson fight, and I'll be there for that Teofimo Lopez fight, because there's just that's big time. That's big time stuff. That's huge stuff to be fighting. You know, I know it's an exhibition. A lot of you guys are asking who's his opponent going to be. He hasn't disclosed that yet. He just gave the date. He didn't give an opponent. So we don't know exactly what the hell Mike Tyson's going to do at this juncture in time, at this moment of time. Could he be fighting Evander Holyfield? I'm not sure. I could ask Evander. I don't think he'd tell me. I mean, the last time Evander told me anything about Mike Tyson was that there were negotiations. That was like 3 months ago. And nothing's happened since then. But Mike's fighting. Mike's fighting in Miami, and now that I think about it, I don't think Mike Tyson ever fought in Miami, so it's actually a first. It's actually a first. Now conventional wisdom says Holyfield versus Tyson 3 will be next, and I think it will be next because if you listen to some of Mike's recent quotes, Mike Tyson stated recently that when he fought Roy Jones Jr. that he was taking it easy on him, that it wasn't a fight where he was really trying his all out. He wasn't really there to hurt Roy Jones Jr. He said recently he wants in his next fight he wants to fight to be a real fight. He wants to really put a hurting on someone. He wants it to be a real fight. And, I know him and Evander just know it. Look. I've had the one of the greatest blessings anybody can get covering boxing on YouTube to just know Evander Holyfield. I know him. Like, he texts my phone every morning. He texts Bible scriptures to my phone every morning. I'm part of his group text where he texts Bible scriptures to people every morning. I've got one every morning for like the last 3 to 4 months. And I know Evander, better than most in the media, Evander, I saw him train 3 months ago, and last time I saw him, and he stays in great shape. He stays in the gym. He's as disciplined as they come, and even though he beat Mike Tyson, like I've talked to him so many times about Mike Tyson, I know for a fact that even though he beat Mike Tyson, he still feels some type of way about how people don't give him. He doesn't feel like universally he gets his just due. Like, people know he's great, they acknowledge him, but he believes people don't quite understand the gravity of what he accomplished in his boxing career. And I don't want to say he's envious of Mike Tyson, but he gets a bit more upset that he believes people don't give his boxing record the credit it really deserves. It gets its credit, but not to the level it should, in his humble opinion. So Tyson versus Holyfield 3, it'll be listed as an exhibition, okay? But I'm telling y'all right now, just like I made a declaration earlier about Jermall Charlo not ducking. Okay, it's 6:10 p.m. Central Standard Time. It's 6:10 p.m. Central Standard Time here in Dallas, Texas, where I'm at right now. Let this be a declaration. If Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson fight a third time, that ain't gonna be no fucking exhibition. That is not gonna be an exhibition. Take it to the bank. Cash your checks on Sunday. That is not going to be an exhibition. Mike Tyson has been saying he wants to put a hurting on somebody. Evander Holyfield has been saying, or not out in public, but he said to me in the past that he wants, he doesn't feel he gets the credit he deserves. So when you take them two things, when you take their history as amateurs, when you take the history as pros, and when you take into account, the perception of their careers since then and how they both feel about their careers since then, you're going to get one thing and one thing only, and you're going to get an explosion. You're going to get all action. Now, I don't know what the hell to expect from two old guys. I mean, I don't think it's going to be... I don't expect to see Evander Holyfield throwing 10 punch combinations or 8 punch combinations like it's 1992. But what I can assure you is, for as long as those guys have energy, they're going to be throwing some punches. Grown man punches. Bad punches with bad intentions. And then after that, they'll be friends, they'll hug, and they'll donate part of their purse to charity, because that's where they're at in their careers. That's what they want to do. So, the new mecca of boxing, Miami, South Florida. We're doing big things in South Florida, so it's good to see. Pivoting off of that, you guys, as soon as I make this next point, I'll get to some more comments, but. Teofimo Lopez, right? Now, I haven't seen any videos about this, and I haven't seen any articles about this, but I was watching a video on Fight Hype from yesterday, and Teofimo Lopez was talking about his upcoming June 5th fight. Big time stuff going on with Teofimo Lopez June 5th. Make sure y'all smash that like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. But big time stuff is going on with Teofimo Lopez. I mean, just huge stuff is going on with Teofimo Lopez. He's fighting George Kambosos in the new mecca of boxing, Miami. Shout out to Miami. Shout out to South Florida, Dania Beach. Stand up. But what I found very interesting, is he's not going to be fighting. According to him, I'm quoting the source. I'm quoting Teofimo Lopez himself. According to him, he's not going to be fighting at the Hard Rock Stadium where Canelo fought and the Miami Dolphins play. He won't be fighting at Hard Rock Stadium where Mike Tyson is fighting. Oh no. Hold on. Teofimo Lopez, look, where my jersey at? Teofimo Lopez has decided that he's gonna do it big. He's gonna do it big. Teofimo Lopez ain't going to no damn Hard Rock Stadium. You know where T.O.'s going? I'm gonna tell you where Teofimo Lopez is going. He going to fucking Marlins Park, baby. He's going to Marlins Park. Shout out to the Marlins, man. My favorite team in all sports, the Marlins, baby. And if it's true, if Teofimo Lopez is gonna fight at Marlins freaking Park, one of the best baseball stadiums on planet Earth, what an event that's gonna be. What an event that's gonna be. If y'all don't know anything about Marlins Park, it's a great place. They got the Miami skyline in left field. I can just see it now. I can just see the kind of scenes that's gonna be. And you know, like Mikey Garcia a couple of years ago, he was talking about fighting at Marlins Park because apparently he had some conversations with Derek Jeter, who owns the team. So I mean, if that's the case, I'm gonna be there for that fight. That's gonna be a momentous occasion, and hopefully Teofimo's not blowing smoke, because that's like my dream. Like I have a list of goals. Y'all don't know this, but like I'm putting you on game. I have a list of goals of things that I want to accomplish in boxing, like stuff that I want to do on YouTube and outside of YouTube, and things I want to accomplish as I get older in boxing. And one of my goals in boxing is to go to a fight at Marlins Park, even though there's never been a fight at Marlins Park. So that's like the dream venue for me. So if that's the case, that's welcome news. Jesus M says, will you be watching boxing tonight on NBC Sports? Yeah, what time does that card even start? Fuck it, man. We might as well just turn this into a live fight reaction. Fuck it. Wait, we might mess around and turn this into a live fight reaction. What do you guys think? What time does this thing start? Because I know Alberto Machado is fighting tonight. Davidian Simmons, he says, hey, God bless you, brother. Great content as always. I appreciate you, champ. Thank you, man. Pancho Villa, that's my guy right there. Even though we don't agree on Chocolatito or Estrada, that's my guy right there. Pancho Villa, he says Tyson versus Holyfield will be an exhibition. It ain't Creed versus Drago. BT. Damn. But I want Creed Drago, man. I don't want nobody to die, but I want the intensity of a Creed Drago fight. You know, like right now I got the Bucky shirt on, and Creed kind of wore a hat similar to this before he got his ass knocked out and splattered. You know, I want the kind of fight to where when they're throwing punches, we hear the trainer say, "It was supposed to be an exhibition." That's what I want to see, man. I don't want to see tip tap. I don't want to see no tip-tapping around the ring. I mean, I know it's an exhibition, and I know they're old men, and they gave us big fights. But listen, my thing is this: if you're gonna go into the ring, like go into the ring. Don't play grab ass and not do anything. Go into the ring and do your thing. You know, do your thing. Like for real, do your thing. So apparently, the Ring City USA card, I think it already started. Did it already start? I think it already started. Might have already started this Ring City USA card. I think it started. So listen, fuck it. Let's just turn it into a live fight reaction. You know, for as long as, because I was supposed to interview Sinisa Estrada today. She hasn't texted me back yet. I'm supposed to interview Rolly later on tonight. I haven't even hit my friend up about getting in contact with Rolly for it. So fuck it. I'm just gonna stay here, and we're gonna watch some boxing if I get this feed to work. Ring City USA. Let's see what's going on with Ring City USA. I'll leave it there for now. But yeah. All right. So I see. I miss a lot of comments. So somebody asked me. And by the way, shout out to my boy H Money, Mr. DAZN. Some people love him. Some people hate him the same way they love or hate me. But you know, shout out to him. I got no problems with him anymore. You know, we good now. Someone asked me earlier. They said, "Oh, who would have won? Who would have won between prime Mike Tyson and prime Roy Jones Jr.? Who would have won that fight?" And the answer to that question is the same answer that you got when they fought the first two times, and that's Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield would have beat Mike Tyson prime, no prime. It wouldn't have mattered. Holyfield's combination of durability, toughness, hand speed, all that stuff. It would have given Tyson hell no matter when. You know, and we know. Look, I like Tyson. I'm a big fan of Mike Tyson, and it's another goal of mine in boxing one day is to interview Mike Tyson, like in a real, like a extended interview type of format. That's a goal of mine. But like the reality with Tyson was most of his career when he stepped up in competition, When he fought them top guys who were tall and could box, he had problems with them. I'm talking about the top A-level guys. You know, you can, but like people are gonna say, well, his prime this, prime that, but like, what do you want, man? What his career played out the way it was destined to play out. You know, it's not Lennox Lewis's fault, and it's not Holyfield's fault that Tyson, you know, had all these problems outside the ring. Slowteller says that Mike Tyson has this fake image and that casuals think he'll be Muhammad Ali. Hell, man, bro. Listen, I like Tyson. I'm not gonna sit here and disrespect him, but he's a great fighter. But like, I think Mike Tyson, like a lot of fighters in boxing, when they retire and they become a cult figure, they're great, but the level of their greatness, it gets exaggerated. You know, he was great. He was I believe he was the youngest undisputed champion ever. And, you know, he did some unprecedented things in boxing. We'll never take that away from Mike Tyson. But like, to say that nobody in heavyweight history would beat him, or act like no heavyweight in the history of boxing at their best could compete with him, come on, man, that's ridiculous. That is ridiculous. All right, I'm trying to see if this Ring City USA card is on. I'm trying to get the stream on my computer, and then we'll talk about it. Cause I haven't got no damn phone call. So the only way this live will end is if I can't find a Ring City USA stream, and if Sinisa Estrada don't text me back. You know, we'll make it a live fight reaction. Fuck it, and we can continue talking about Jermall Charlo. We can continue talking about Benavidez and if the fight's gonna happen and if who's blowing smoke or who. We can talk about all that and everything in between. Just I'm trying to get this down. This fight. Freaking crack streams is being weird. Yo, for those of you that are watching Ring City USA, is it on right now? Nah, she didn't leave me on red. I don't think she left me on red, at least. If she did, then it doesn't matter to me. Life goes on. Crack streams, boxing. What's going on? What's good with these Ring City USA cards? What's good with it? Oh, here it. Oh shit! Here we go. Ring City USA. So let's see who's fighting right now. Who's fighting? Presenting first. Hey. You know what? Hey, I thought I was coming here just to talk about Charlo and Benavidez. We turning this into a motherfucking live fight reaction. Thursday night live fight reaction. We here, man. Hit that like button. Who the hell is fighting right now? Hector Maragano. Let's see. Let's pull this shit up. Alberto Machado. We watching Ring City. For those of you just tuning in, we watching Ring City USA. We turning this into a live fight reaction. Why not? Wearing black with blue trim, he weighed in at the lightweight limit of 135 pounds. Tyson, with the right guidance, could have beat anyone. Once he hit 36, it was downhill because of his mental state. You might be right. I could say the same thing for Riddick Bowe if he was disciplined. If Riddick Bowe would have been disciplined and not ate a bunch of cakes and ice creams, you know, he would have beat every heavyweight history. Will Mesa, he said, awesome. Kudos from the UK, mate. Shout out to you, champ. Shout out to you. Who the hell? I'm trying to find this undercard. I'm not on StreamYard right now, so I can't drop no link. I'm not on StreamYard. I could have swore Amanda Serrano was fighting today, but I guess it's next week. So we're gonna sit here and we're gonna watch these fighters fight. Who the hell is fighting right now, though? Wanna be a baller, shot caller. Yeah, man. Tyson peaked about as early as any fighter I can think of. Do you think the Marcela Cornejo chick is hot? Yeah, she's an attractive girl. I like Marcela. I don't think she's all that. I don't think she's, as far as a fighter, she really hasn't done anything as a fighter. All of the big fights, she lost them. She lost to Francois Cruz, and she lost to a couple other girls. That's what I'm watching right now. So if y'all want to watch along, that's the Ring City USA link right there. Fight from Marengo in his career, in which he's going against an undefeated 20-year-old Mike Tyson versus peak Riddick Bowe. I'm going with peak Riddick Bowe. Listen, I'm taking peak Riddick Bowe against the field of heavyweights, and I feel good about my chances. Peak Riddick Bowe was the man. Listen, Because some people, when you talk about Riddick Bowe, you got to know which Riddick Bowe you're talking about. Are you talking about Riddick Bowe that fought Golota, that was passive, that was undisciplined, that was listening to Eddie Futch, that was eating cake and ice creams? Or are you talking about this motherfucker, bro? Are you talking about this guy right here, the fighter of the year, Riddick Bowe, the Riddick Bowe who fought Evander Holyfield in the first fight? Which Riddick Bowe we talking about, champ? This is the one I'm talking about. When I talk about Riddick Bowe, this is what I'm talking about. The man right here.
He's moving slow at this right now.
So right now we got Edwin Valentin versus Hector Maranego from Puerto Rico, 6th rounder. Edwin Valentin's in the black trunks, Maranego's in the black and red trunks. If you guys want the link to watch the fight, I dropped it earlier. Watch along with me.
We see the stat 7-14, but
704 Joe. He says, "Sure, you coming to Dallas for the fight?" I'm already in Dallas. I've been in Dallas. I've been in Dallas for 3 weeks. I've been in Dallas for almost a month, champ. Yeah, I'll be at the fight. I'll be at the fight Saturday night. Are you going? Because if you're going, I'll be there. I'll be in a black Sinisa Estrada T-shirt, and I'll have a hat on that says Untouchable. I'll have a hat on that says The Untouchable. So I won't be hard to find. If you get there early enough, 704. If you get there early enough, I'm gonna be interviewing fans outside the arena like I did for the Charlo Estrada fight. So if you see me, you can be in the video. If any of y'all see me in Dallas, or any fight for that matter, you can be in the video.
And that's what happens with a lot of young guys. They see the record and they read into the record. This guy can't beat me.
Isn't Bo the same age as Luis Ortiz? He's about the same age, yeah. Who will win that fight? Riddick Bowe versus Luis Ortiz.
I see the way Edwin's working right now. He's under control.
Is Makhmudov fighting on the Ortiz Hooker undercard? I don't believe so. From what I remember, it was I could be wrong, but it was you got George Rincon that's on the undercard. You got Sinisa Estrada, obviously. You got Alex Martin, Hector Valdez, couple prospects. Oh, good right hand there by Hector Marengo. So shout out to Ring City USA, supplying the boxing fans with good competitive Thursday night boxing. We here, man, True School Sports. I didn't think I was gonna go live. I didn't plan on going live, but fuck, we're live. We're live. A surprise live fight reaction.
But you can argue the rivalry didn't become a global
Raider LA Boxing. Hey man, Raider, you never sent me your Cash App info. I never got an email from you. I was trying to honor my bet.
Puerto Rico had some big moments after that, of course. Who can forget Fix Trinidad stopping?
Salute BT and thank you Presidential Luke for the $4.99 super chat. He says salute BT. If Virgil fought Bud next, who you got? Nah, I think that's a great fight. I think if Virgil passes this test with Maurice Hooker in flying colors, he should be looking to fight Terrence Crawford, you know, because I think he's ready. I do think he's ready. I will go with Crawford right now. I still think Virgil needs a little bit more seasoning.
I was lucky to be in attendance that night.
I need to see Virgil get some more seasoning, get some more experience before he beats a guy like Terrence Crawford. But I think he's ready. I think he's good enough to at least get in the ring with him and have a competitive fight. He fights with a maturity and a poise beyond his years. He's got fight-changing punching power. You can't ride a kid like a fighter like that off. Raider LA says, I will send it to you later. Been kind of busy lately. Thanks. No problem, man. Yeah, I was looking at my email and I was like, yo, where's this guy's Cash App info? Because I was trying to honor my bet. I'm a man of my word. Even though they robbed the shit out of that guy over there, Talatito, I'm still gonna honor the bet.
Round number 2 underway for Edwin Valentin.
Yeah, I'll be there. I'll be there, Joe. I'll be at the fight. So if any of y'all are at the fight in Dallas, Maurice Hooker and Virgil Ortiz, you know, and you see me, say what's up. All right, so round 2 of Edwin Valentin versus Hector Marengo.
You can't not throw your hands and expect to win a round.
6th rounder. First, one of the first fights of Ring City USA. Did Corneo fight already? For those of you out there, did Corneo fight already? Jordan Goodwin, Estrada got whooped. That's what I'm saying. That's why I feel bad that I'm paying out the bet, but I'm a man of my word. I'm a man of my word. I mean, me and Raider made a bet, and I'm gonna honor it.
Understand that, hey, Hector's gonna fight me.
What channel are the fights on? The fight, if you're on a TV right now, the fights will be on NBC Sports Network. And if you don't have a TV, if you don't have cable, I dropped the link in the comments. I'll drop it again. so you guys can watch along and we can
What would be
discuss and have fun talking
going back
boxing.
To the jab to the body, it was a good, strong jab to the body.
Boom.
You go there because it's open, and if you go there consistently enough, you may open up the head because he thinks you're.
Yeah, so
focused.
I just dropped the link again. Will the weigh-in be open to the public? I don't know. I don't know, and I'll find out though.
There you go.
I don't think it is because the fighters are quarantining. The fighters are quarantining. They're in a hotel. If there was no quarantine, if there was no bubble, you know, I would have been seeing Tanisha Estrada already. So I don't think they'd be public because normally if the fighters are quarantining, then why would they have a weigh-in? Do you think Marcia Cornejo is hot? Or he said you think Marcia Cornejo is hot? She's I think she's physically attractive. She's not my favorite, but yeah, I like her. Why?
He's been fighting for a little while.
BT next Thursday, Bermudez versus Mena Serrano with equal power. That's gonna be a good fight. You know, that's a fight between two pound for pound fighters in women's boxing. You know, women's boxing doesn't have a whole lot of like top matchups you can make, but that's a top matchup that you can make, and it's happening next Thursday. So, I'll definitely be watching that one.
Sweeping body shot there by Edwin Valentine.
The 2021, oh my God. Yo, no way in hell would 2021 Anthony Joshua in his wildest dreams be able to fuck with this guy right here. No way in hell. I got Riddick Bowe easily. All right, so through two rounds between Edwin Valentine and Hector Marengo. Good fight so far. You know, it's a good way to start the card. Good body shot there by Valentine. Valentine, I like that solar plex shot. He slipped the punch one to the left like this and then went shoom, right to the stomach. Right to the stomach. Make sure my phone's not overheating. My phone's starting to heat up a little bit, so if my phone goes out, it's because it's overheating. So hopefully it doesn't overheat. But I'm gonna stay on as long as I can before it overheats. Hopefully it doesn't overheat. Jesus M, do you think Marcela Cornejo is attractive? Do you think she's hot? Since you asked me that question, I'm gonna turn back and ask you that question. Do you think she's hot?
I appreciate that report right there, man. That was smooth. Thank you, sir. I like that. You gonna do it again on NBC?
Make sure y'all smash that like button. We here, man. BT, Brennan Taylor, the untouchable True School Sports Empire. Watching Ring City USA right now. I'm gonna see what's good with this Thursday night boxing.
Marengo, the one that lands the first shot of the round.
I said, you see the counter right hand?
Slow tell says after this year is over, 2021 Anthony Joshua will beat 992 Bo. 2021 Joshua will win Fighter of the Year. Oh, you mean win Fighter of the Year like Riddick Bowe did when he won? You mean like this guy?
Somebody told me one time. They said,
come on, man.
Guys like Hector Marengo, they're necessary for boxing.
Good jab there by Valentine.
I've never been on that side of it, so it's hard for me to empathize and understand.
There you go.
However,
Hector Marengo, I mean, apparently Hector Marengo is a journeyman of some sorts, but he's not fighting like he's a good little fighter.
And you'll find out now whether he's ready to or will he ever be ready to step up the competition. That cruiserweight that
Riddick Bowe would beat Tyson Fury. I promise you that. The Evander Holyfield that fought Riddick Bowe will beat Tyson Fury.
How many times have you gone to play pickup hoops at the
I promise you that.
And there's an old guy you call Koozie there with the gray hair, but he's necessary just the same.
Listen, you say every
Lennox Lewis versus Riddick Bowe. That's a true pick'em fight. At their best, both of them, I'm gonna go Bowe. BT, why are you not using StreamYard? I don't know. I just didn't feel like it. I'm gonna use StreamYard on Sunday. I'm gonna do a long ass live on Sunday, and I'm gonna use StreamYard.
So here's what
I'm gonna go live for like 5 or 6 hours, and then we're gonna talk our shit on Sunday.
But understanding that once he goes from offense, he's got to go to defense because Hector Marengo is gonna.
Honestly, I didn't think I was gonna do a live fight reaction, so I didn't use StreamYard. I was sitting here. I thought I was gonna come on live for like an hour and talk about Benavidez and Charlo. And get off in like an hour or two. Nope. I got to about 45 minutes of talking, and then all of a sudden someone was like, "Oh yeah, that Ring City USA card is on," and then now I'm watching Ring City USA. So that's what I'm doing. But I did watch a little bit of your live last night. I watched when you guys had Johnny Boy on there. Good jab by Valentine. Ooh. My man said douche douche douche. Okay. Edwin Valentine throwing some dazzling combinations right now on Ring City USA. Check him out.
His mechanics are very impressive for a fighter this age. They are.
Yeah, man, he's got some good fundamentals. He's stepping in with that jab real nicely. He's coming in with that right hand. He's throwing this weird he's throwing this weird up jab, and it's landing every time, and it's setting up that right hand. Oh my God, who is this guy? Okay, we need to do some homework. BT Johnny bought the smoke glass. I seen that, man. Johnny Boy wasn't playing. I saw him. I was up editing something, and then I saw him live, so I clicked on his live, and then he said, I'm gonna go over to H Money's channel, and he brought the smoke, man.
And turn it on in the third round. That seems to be what happened. In this fight, both men are from Puerto Rico, but you know what? There's actually levels to
Am I going live for next Thursday's fights? Who's fighting? It's who is it? It's I know it's Serrano, but who else is fighting on that card? Why not? Yeah, we'll go live Thursday. We'll go live next Thursday. Why not? Fuck it.
And he's also 3-5-1 fighting in Puerto Rico. So not exactly a
if y'all scroll up for those of y'all asking where you can watch Ring City USA, go. I'll drop it in the comments.
Marengo started his career 5-0-1, 214 and 3 cents.
Yeah, man. H Money was doing that marathon last night. I saw that. He was doing the whole I remember when the whole COVID thing started, and I was doing like the crack streams. Not crack streams. When I was doing the StreamYard, I was doing like 9-hour, 10-hour, 12-hour lives, and seeing his shit last night reminded me of when I used to when I was doing that. It was good stuff.
September of 2019, when he was born, Marengo had already been a pro.
Undisputed Bomba Squad says, BT, when are you going to Nicaragua? You know, that's a good question, man. I'm gonna actually try to figure that one out soon, because Charlo said, you know, I'm more than welcome to come to Nicaragua and do an interview with him at his gym, and I want to do that. I want to go see Charlo. I want to go to Nicaragua. I want to really get my time to talk to him, because every time I talk to him, like, it's never under the best circumstances. Like the first time I interviewed Charlo, his trainer had just died 2 weeks before, and he just fought Cuadras, so he wasn't in the mood to talk. I interviewed him the second time, the day before the Calya fight, you know, and then the third time I interviewed him was the day before freaking Estrada. So like, I want to interview him when he don't got nothing on his mind, when he's not like getting ready for a career-changing fight, or like going through some sort of tragedy. But right now, if you guys aren't watching right now, we're in the forefront of Edwin Valentine versus Hector Marengo. Ring City USA. This kid Valentine, man, it's my first time hearing about him. It's my first time seeing him, and I love what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a Puerto Rican fighter throw. I think he's Puerto Rican. I'm seeing a Puerto Rican fighter throw combinations that Puerto Rican fighters be throwing. You know, hard, sharp, dazzling combinations, body shots. And look,
That was the third one.
Little hip check.
so Edwin Valentine, he just hit this guy on the hip and froze him.
And he did right back to me. I was like, you're not supposed to know how to do that.
But yeah, I'm gonna try to go to Nicaragua before June. I want to try to go to Nicaragua before June. I still have to go to Pensacola, Florida, to go talk to Roy Jones. You know, I'm setting that one up soon too. So big things is happening here on True School Sports. You guys are gonna see. Good jab there by Edwin Valentine again. Look at him coming forward. Up jab, straight right to the stomach. Come back up with the right hand. Yeah, I hope Wilder's all right too, man. You know, I hope he's okay too. You know, I know I talked a lot of shit about Wilder in the past. I'm not the biggest fan of his career, but you know, you never want to see anybody fall from grace like he has, to the point where they're gonna kill themselves. You know, I don't want to see that. So hopefully he is all right. because that picture with the gun and all that stuff on the table, it's a desperate cry for help, some sort of help, and hopefully he goes and gets some help. All right, so that's the conclusion of the 4th round, and Edwin Valentine right now he's putting on a show as far as combinations are concerned. He's throwing some beautiful combinations, hard combinations. The only surprise is that the fight hasn't been stopped or that it's not over yet. But get your comments in, smash that like button. We're talking boxing right now.
Make sure you follow Ring City USA on Twitter. What is the best fight between Puerto Rico and Mexico of all time?
Yeah, I didn't see that picture of as him trying to be hard. I thought it was a cry for help, to be honest with you. That's what I thought. Yeah, right now, Texas May, what's good, champ? He says, who's fighting right now? Right now we got the main event is Alberto Machado. He's in a comeback fight against a replacement opponent. And right now I'm watching Edwin Valentine, a prospect who's throwing some really great combinations against Hector, some journeyman. And right now they're checking him out. They're checking him out right now to see if he's okay. Do you think Josue Vargas can become champ?
They stopped it.
I don't know. Honestly, I would lean towards no, because I question his durability and I question his punching power. But we'll see. We'll see, man. Good boxer, good technical fighter. Top rank's moving in the right way. But I want to see him in there. I want to see him in there with a puncher, a guy with some pop in both hands that can box too, boxer puncher type of style. Remember Jermall Charlo with his gun while he was at his gym? Yeah, he went in the sauna. He was like, yo, I stay strapped up, even in the sauna. Yo. Oh, there's my man right there. My man with the 4-pound super chat. He says, just wanted to show some love. Peace to you, my brother. I appreciate you, champ. Thank you for showing love. I always get your name wrong, man. I hate Juiced or Just Bubausi or I don't know. I don't want to butcher your name, man. I know you told me how to pronounce your name in the past, but I don't want to butcher it.
I think basically what happened was he saw the way his guy was getting hit. He's 37.
There's no way you think the 1992 Riddick Bowe beats the GOAT, Christopher Lovejoy. Oh yeah, Christopher Lovejoy is the GOAT. He's the only heavyweight to retire undefeated with all knockouts. The truth. Extra different. Raider LA says that Gaio Estrada has wins against Cuadras, Charlatito, and Rumbaside. And he's not lying, because that is a fact on paper. But if we're being honest, Raider, Gaio Estrada don't got no damn wins against Charlatito. None. That's the real TB right there still. So yeah, now they're stopping the fight. They're stopping the fight now between Edwin Valentine and Hector Marengo. My man, Trap House Boxing. What's good, champ? I had a chance to talk to Trap House Boxing. We were on the phone earlier. Good guy. Shout out to him. Make sure you go sub to him. He said, "What's up, BT? I'm good. How about yourself?" I've been talking for over an hour about Benavidez and Charlo, and right now we're watching a couple of these Ring City USA fights. Would I interview Edgar Berlanga? What kind of question is that? Of course I interview Edgar Berlanga. I just need to get a chance to. If I get a chance to, I will. That's one of my favorite fighters in boxing right now to watch. It's Edgar Berlanga.
Still undefeated, Edwin Valentine.
So Edwin Valentine, man, he's definitely made an impression on me. He's definitely a prospect that I'll be keep my eyes out for, keep my eyes to the streets for, because he was throwing some really, really precise, hard, intelligent combinations. Yeah, I agree, Slotello. The judge who made Charlatito cry needs to get jumped and beat, and he needs to get beat up with a spiked bat while he's at it too, man. That was ridiculous.
Valentine used body work to kind of set everything else up.
Yeah, Cholatito, that's what I'm saying, man. Judge is sick. Sick. And somebody needs to beat him like he stole something.
A veteran who's got some tricks. But I don't care if you've got a veteran or a youngster, you can slow.
Are you watching this on Twitch? I believe it is on Twitch, but I'm watching it on crack streams.
Combination upstairs,
It'll be on Twitch and it should be on NBC Sports Network, but I'm watching it on crack streams.
Out of your veteran opponent, corner him. And it's the pinpoint.
What do I think of Buati versus Bivol? I think that would be a good fight in the future, but I think Buati needs a little bit more experience. That's my opinion.
Just start a little faster. I think moving forward. I don't think starting so slow is a good move for him. But
Do you think Berlanga's first round KO streak will help him get ready for the top 10 168? It would be easy for me to say no. It wouldn't. But my thing is, like, I think it's good that he's building this kind of confidence in his ability to finish an opponent, because if he's got any semblance of boxing skills and conditioning, when he hurts those top guys in the top 10, in the top 15, in the top 20, he can draw back on all this experience for confidence and belief. So I'm gonna say yes. But I think this next fight, and I hate saying this because every time I say this, it doesn't happen. I think this next fight will finally be the fight where he gets taken past the first round.
Inside the Olympic training facility.
Who's fighting next?
We're going to move to the super flyweight division next. You see former world champion Angel Acosta.
Oh, snap.
Gilberto Mendoza.
Angel Acosta's fighting next. Let's go, champ.
Of course, lost his title in a controversial 12-round stoppage 2 fights ago. Did bounce back nicely.
He said Charlo will duck. I don't think he's gonna fight him. I think when it comes time to really negotiate, sit down and make that fight happen, I don't think it's gonna happen because of the timing of when he's saying all this. After Benavidez just won an eliminator, he won a WBC final eliminator fight to fight, so he's gonna be in line to fight Canelo soon. He ain't waiting about no damn Charlo. But we'll see. How much did Riddick Bowe weigh in '92? I think when he fought Holyfield, he was pushing about 235, maybe 240, something like that. I know Joshua was like 260.
This is kind of where the foundation gets built for them, and tonight they're fighting here as professionals.
Beautiful, man.
BT, what do you think of Adios or Ados? You're boosting that got the weird name. I haven't seen a whole lot of him. I've just only seen his name. I've never had a chance to really watch him fight or so I don't have an opinion on him, being honest.
They lived here, have been here. It's like
Joshua is 240. They really are similar. Wow, Riddick Bowe was right. Yeah, man, you got to go check out the interview. Check out the interview where Riddick Bowe said that. I did it in 2019. Just type in like Riddick Bowe, Anthony Joshua on my search bar. You should find it. Or go on YouTube and type in like Riddick Bowe, Anthony Joshua, True School Sports, and he should be wearing a white shirt.
For more on that, here's Kern.
What's going on now?
Puerto Rico has had a proud Olympic history.
All right, so I'm gonna put that shit on mute. But it's your boy BT, the untouchable True School Sports Empire. Shout out to all 21 of you here. We're live right now. This is a very spontaneous live. I did not think this morning that I was even gonna go live because I was editing an interview I was editing an interview all day today that I did with Rick Glazer, and I chopped it up into some clips, so you guys will be seeing that come out gradually as the days and weeks and progress. So be on the lookout for that. But yeah, I thought I had 2 interviews scheduled for today, and neither one of them has come into fruition. So I'm sitting here just chilling, talking to you guys. Making the best out of my day. It's been a very long day. I'm like really tired, but who gives a damn if I'm tired? Nobody remembers the guy that was tired. They only remember the guy that went in and put in that work. Riddick Bowe should train AJ since AJ hates Lennox Lewis. Well, funny enough, if you really dig in the archives, there's a video on the channel somewhere where Riddick Bowe said he would train Anthony Joshua. So there you have it. Riddick Bowe said like 2 years ago, if Anthony Joshua ever came to him for some advice or pointers, that he would give him some, and he would train him. And listen, I'm someone who's like I'm one of the only people on earth who can say this. I've had a chance to actually be in the gym, and Riddick Bowe gave me pointers on boxing, and like literally he's improved me. He's improved me in like 5 minutes. So imagine how I could improve a guy like Anthony Joshua, who's as talented as he is. A man said, happiest day of my life today, BT. I just spoke to my mom on the phone for the first time in 21 years when I had to leave her 21 years ago in my country and move abroad to live with my stepmother. Well, God bless you, man. That's always good to have a good relationship with your family and your mother. You know, I hope that goes well for you and you guys can have a good relationship. It's funny you say that because that's actually one thing I have to work on myself. You know, you guys know that you guys know that I have pops, but y'all don't know that about my mom. Me and my mom have never had the best relationship, so that's one thing I have to work on myself in 2021 is my relationship with my mom. So I'm happy to hear that. Family is very important. That's why the world is so messed up these days. People don't value family like they should. Family units all fucked up, so that's why the world's fucked up. Baki Hamna says, do you watch Israel Madrimov fight? Of course. I was there ringside when he fought last February. I forgot the guy he fought, but when he fought on the Mikey Garcia undercard, I had a chance to watch him fight, and he stopped his opponent like in the 5th round. I watched his fight last year when he fought Eric Walker and knocked him out, but they didn't call it a knockout, and Eric Walker got up. That was a great fight. That was a damn good fight. And I like Madrimov. I'm very excited for his next fight. I don't remember who he's fighting, but I know he's fighting on that April 3rd DAZN card that was just announced not too long ago in Uzbekistan. I mean, DAZN is taking boxing everywhere. They took boxing to Miami. They took boxing to San Antonio. They take boxing to freaking Gibraltar. They're taking boxing to the streets of Oklahoma, literally. Now they're going to freaking Uzbekistan. I mean, you don't have to like Eddie Hearn. You don't gotta like DAZN, but you definitely gotta respect them for them trying to be different. BT, can Cholatito beat up Guillermo Rigondeaux? He should have listened to you. Rigondeaux? I mean, it's not a fight I would advise him to take. I think Rigondeaux, knowing how hard he punches, I think Rigondeaux would really have a chance to beat up Cholatito, to be honest with you. But I don't know. Cholatito 118. I never seen him at 118. I've seen him at 115. That's not really a fight I think about too much. You know, to be honest with you. I don't know. That would be an interesting fight because Rigondeaux is the bigger, stronger guy, but Rigondeaux is also chinny. He's also mad chinny. So we'll see if Rigondeaux fought Cholatito, you know, hypothetically speaking, then like either A, Cholatito would have to get fat going up in weight, or B, Rigondeaux will have to get skinny coming a little bit down in weight. So it all depends on where that fight happens. Mr. Good 189. Hey, you're in all the gyms. What is a good boxing gym? What is a good boxing gym for amateurs in the Hollywood area? Well, I'm pretty sure you asked me that question on my stories, and I responded to you. My answer to that question, if that was you, was you can go to the first place you can go to is Flacco's Community Gym. That's out there on Hollywood Boulevard, right near the Presidential Circle. So Flacco's Community Gym. Canino's Boxing Gym in Dania Beach, which is where I learned how to box. They got good work in there. You got the Davy Powell, which is great for young upcoming kids. I don't know how old you are, but if you're a young kid, like not of age, that'd be a good gym. Warriors Boxing Gym, you know, that's another good one, but that's more for like professionals, so maybe you might not want to go there. I would say the best answer I could give you is Flacco's Community Gym. It's a great gym. The guy down there, Jose Perez, they call him Flacco. He's the guy the gym's named after. He's the owner. You know, great guy. Does a really good job of teaching the young amateurs. You know, boxing fitness classes, professional boxers. He's got everything you could possibly want there. So I would go there. I would either go there or go to Canino's Boxing Gym in Dania Beach. Thoughts on Wilder fans here on YouTube getting all excited that there was a picture of him without a shirt on and a gun. It's very suspect. Yeah, it's very sus. I mean, listen, I'm so focused on what I have going on True School Sports that sometimes I don't even catch wind of who's saying what on YouTube. But if that's the case, then yeah, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. Angel Farillo replacement for Hector Tanajara versus Machado in Puerto Rico. And shout out to my main man, 50 grand, Enrique Luna. Shout out to Enrique. Yeah, man. We're live for that fight now. We're here chilling. I didn't think I'd be here talking about this fight or live for this fight. I was just planning on watching it by myself and enjoying a nice, relaxing night of boxing. But that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. We called an audible, as I'm known to do quite a lot, and we're now watching Ring City USA. And we got the former champion coming up to fight Angel Acosta. He'll be fighting real soon. So as soon as his ass gets in that ring, we'll definitely be watching Angel Acosta and talking about that fight on Ring City USA. But until then, y'all keep dropping your comments in at your boy BT, the Untouchable, True School Sports Empire at 6:53 p.m. Central Standard Time. And that's what it is. BT, make Luke Campbell versus Gamboa. Both are on a 2-fight losing streak. Let's go. You know what? I wouldn't be against it. Get somebody a win. My name is Just Babusi. Oh, okay. Just Babusi. Just Babusi. Just Babusi. All right. I got it now. Just Babusi. But yeah, right now, Gilberto Mendoza is making his way to the ring. Getting ready for our next fight on the Ring City USA card against former champion Angel Acosta. Body. These Ring City USA cards have a mad Puerto Rican theme to them. But man, Angel Acosta, the former WBO light flyweight champion. He's the guy that lost to Elwin Soto. So he's a good fighter. Beat some good fighters like Carlos Butriago, he beat the very tough Luis Ceja. He actually was a victim and lost to the great Kosai Tanaka, even though nobody says he's great anymore because, in boxing, when you lose the way Kosai Tanaka did, there's a tendency for people to say that you ain't shit, that you're not going to be anything, So he's not great anymore to most people, but to me, Kosai Tanaka is still a fantastic fighter, and I think Kosai Tanaka, just so long as he makes some changes, he'll be a champion again. BT, can Wilder ever be some sort of trinket holder champion? It will make them happy. I think I don't see it anytime soon, but if he stays around long enough, I'm sure through circumstance, he can go fight for a vacant belt or something like that. RR 1000. He says, BT, what do you think of Tyson versus Shannon Briggs? Let's go champ fight. I think Mike Tyson would decapitate him. Shannon don't train hard. I think Mike Tyson will beat his ass. Honestly. I mean, I wish Shannon the best. I love Shannon. Some of my earliest interviews were with Shannon. So all I can do is be thankful for Shannon. But if you're asking my opinion, I think Mike Tyson will beat the fucking shit out of Shannon Briggs. Bluntly, beat his ass. Because Shannon don't train hard. He train hard one day, he take a week off, he'll train hard for a week, take 3 days off, go to LA for like 2 weeks, come back. You can't be doing that. You gotta take this shit serious.
Set it up to the ring and Lupe Contreras.
Naoya Inoue versus Charlo. That's the #1 fight in the history of boxing that I wanted to see years ago. If they would have fought when they were supposed to, that's what I'm going with.
H2 Entertainment and Golden Boy Promotions. This bout set for a distance of 8 rounds or less in the super flyweight division.
Here we go.
Our judges are.
Oh, he's at 115.
Light
flyweight. Wow. So Acosta's at super flyweight. So a new challenger has entered the 115-pound chat. We're gonna see if Angel Acosta is gonna make some waves here at flyweight. Oh, Inoue versus Charlo right now. Oh, I would say Inoue. Inoue would beat him. But that fight can't happen right now because Charlo is not gonna go up. Charlo is not gonna go up in weight, and Inoue is not gonna go down. So that's unrealistic. I'm talking about when they were supposed to fight at 115 and 112. Do I live in California? No, I don't. I'll show you. I don't know if you watch baseball, but I don't know if you watch baseball. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show you where I'm from. I'm from Florida, South Florida to be exact. Miami, Dania Beach. I'm from Dania Beach, Florida, which is right near Fort Lauderdale in Miami. So that's where I'm from. I'm not from Cali. I might live there one day, but I'm not from there. I don't want to live there, but I might have to live there one day. We don't know. We don't know. Might live there one day, or we don't know what the future holds. But now I live in Florida right now. I'm in Texas on an extended business trip. But yeah, right now we're watching former light flyweight champion, the very talented Angel Acosta. He's fighting Javier Mendoza. Good fight. It's a good fight right here. It should be a good fight. You know, Angel Acosta in this fight, he's fighting at 115. You know, his last fight was at 112, so it looks like he's trying to get those big money fights at super flyweight, and good for him. You know, this is a big, as far as this weight class goes, it's a great division to be in right now. There's a lot of great fighters. It's the most, to me, it's not even close. 115 is the most loaded weight class in boxing. It's not even close.
111 rounds as a pro. Mendoza with 130 rounds as a pro.
What do you guys think? What's in your guys' opinion, what is the most stacked weight class in the whole sport right now? Let me know in the comments.
Costa undefeated on the
All right, back.
11-0 with 11 knockouts.
All right, so Angel Acosta in the yellow trunks.
Flair to my game. You down with Angel Acosta's shoes at this point?
I'm down with the shoes.
Yeah, man. Angel Acosta got those Los Angeles Lakers colored trunks on. He got that shit that Lomachenko was wearing when he fought Krola. Same looking trunks.
He's got some fantastic.
BT, what do you know about Brian Campbell? He has that one channel. I forgot what it's called, but I watch his interviews sometimes. He's on Rings to the USA. He writes for CBS. Good guy, Brian Campbell.
More than the past two fights.
Okay, tight.
All right, so Gilberto Mendoza's complaining because his mouthpiece flew out, or he doesn't have his mouthpiece. He forgot his mouthpiece at the beginning of the fight.
This was the case of the.
I never seen that. This dude was boxing this guy. He was literally boxing this guy, and then 50 seconds into the round, he says, "Oh, my mouthpiece," and then he had to go get his mouthpiece because he forgot. So I never seen that to where a fighter starts the fight off without the mouthpiece. That's a new one.
Mendoza last fought.
It's obviously welterweight, but they are not fighting. Welterweight's overrated. Even if they were fighting, the welterweight division is by far the most overrated in the whole sport of boxing. The most overrated division in the whole sport of boxing. Firstly, because nobody fights each other, and secondly, because outside of Pacquiao and maybe Crawford, there's no A-level fighters. I mean, maybe Spence. You can say you can put Spence there, but I don't know. I think the welterweight division is vastly overrated. They're just promoted very, very well. Baki Hamdas, it's good talking to you, bro. I'm about to go train in the backyard. All right, man. Have a good training session, man. Thank you for watching.
Win that fight, so now he's moved up in weight. As Bob mentioned, he bounced back with a nice knockout in 2019 of Raymond Top.
Yeah, right now.
Try his hand at 115 pounds, see if he can stay at that world elite level.
Yeah, man. Right now, Angel Acosta is showing some really good movement. He's showing some good defense.
He looks like a strong fighter right now. I know it's the first round, filling out round, but he looks like he's strong with both hands. He's throwing a good, strong jab.
There you go. So Acosta, he's experimenting. This is his first fight at 115. You know, and good body shot by Acosta. He's funny because he's good at coming forward, but he's also good at going backwards. And with Acosta, he's just awkward. He's like awkward, but he's still fundamentally sound. You know, a lot of times in boxing you get guys that are awkward but aren't fundamentally sound. He's awkward and he's fundamentally sound. There you go. Body shot, left hook, right hook. Acosta's just teeing off Mendoza right now as we conclude the first round of this fight on Rings to the USA. All right, so we're gonna see this. We're gonna see how he progresses in these rounds. But so far, Angel Acosta in his first fight at 115 is off to an absolute flying start. Absolute flying start. So Jordan Gooden says 115, 154, 140, 147. Yep, I would say the same thing. Except I would reverse the order. I would have 140 ahead of 154. And I wouldn't include 147. 147 to me is overrated.
Puerto Rico versus Mexico. Well, there's no versus here. This is
one SSS says Cholatito needs to go back to 112. It's just 3 pounds. He can cut the weight. No, absolutely not.
Who is from Mexico? And he says,
when you're that small, and I know this because I'm barely bigger than Cholatito myself. I'm not a big guy. Cholatito putting on 3 pounds and taking out 3 pounds is a big difference.
Fights happen. sometimes they're on different sides of the ledger as far as rooting interests are concerned.
I mean, a couple that spars together stays together, I think, at the end of the day.
Oh, wow. So apparently Angel Acosta's married to a boxer. That's crazy.
You guys are talking about a rivalry. There's no rivalry. I have a Mexican wife.
BT, how do you got Usman versus Gamebred? I want Masvidal. I mean, listen, I'm not a UFC guy, so you're asking the wrong guy that question. But if you want an answer, I think Jorge Masvidal has no answer for the wrestling of Usman. So I'll go with Usman again in a very boring ass fight, and that I'm not gonna watch. But Masvidal is a South Florida guy, so I hope Masvidal wins, but I'm not gonna watch it. I watched the first one, and it was trash. The whole card was good. I actually enjoyed the whole UFC card, but the main event was trash. I can't watch UFC.
Anybody who right there, you see him, he's twerking. He's
All right, so Angel Acosta right now, so far looks pretty damn good at 115. You know, I like the Angel Acosta at 115. And you know, 115. 115 has McWilliams, Arroyo, and whatnot, but 115 is lacking like a top Puerto Rican fighter. And if he can step into that role and fill that void, you know, there's a lot of big Puerto Rico versus Mexico fights to be made for him. You know, you could have Angel Acosta versus Cuadras, Angel Acosta versus Estrada, Angel Acosta versus Julio Cesar Martinez. You know, so we gotta see, man. But right now, through the first round and a half, I'm seeing a fighter who fight with an educated jab. I'm seeing a fighter who you can tell has that championship pedigree, and he don't look out of place at all. Good right hand there from Acosta again. If any of you who aren't watching the Ring City USA card with me want to watch the fight, ask for the link and I'll drop it in the comments. But until then, y'all keep dropping some comments. Hit that like button. We here, man.
Keep kicking and moving. Keep working that jab. Gotta keep working the jab. Circle out.
There you go. Good left hook from Acosta.
Circle out.
Did he go out there without the mouthpiece?
Stop. Yeah, he stopped. That was my fault.
Tito has been undefeated in Puerto Rico. Obviously, you have a Mexican.
BT, what month do you think AJ versus Fury happens? I'm gonna go with July. I'm gonna say later in the summer. If it does get done, Eddie Hearn is not blowing smoke up our asses, I'm gonna go with July. July seems like a real safe bet. So I'm gonna go with July.
Thank you.
He said, "Yeah, get out of here. Let me work.
He's like, hey,
Let me work."
Hyro Galvez, I see you in the comments, champ. You retracted your comment. What did you say, Hyro? I saw you talking about Sinisa. What were you saying about Sinisa Estrada?
I thought Curran was.
Yeah, good stiff jab there by Angel Acosta. He's looking really good in his super flyweight debut right now. If you're not watching, you know, you might want to watch this fight, because if this guy wins, he might be someone that we look at at 115 soon, getting a big fight. Look at them body shots, uppercuts. Okay.
Curran, tell him you don't need any advice. You got it. That's a very good round there by Acosta. He took over that round.
Yeah, Acosta did his damn thing that round. Yeah, the left hook thus far in this fight has been his money punch. The left hook, he's constantly landing it wherever he throws it. If he throws it to the head, it's landing. If he throws it to the body, it's landing. He's doubling it up, and it's landing. I mean, Angel Acosta, you know, sometimes with these fighters, right, there's some fighters that, like, you don't think about them until they're fighting, because they don't really talk much and they're not, like, the most promoted, and you forget how good they are. And Angel Acosta is one of those fighters, man. This guy's a damn good fighter. You know, Elwin Soto deserves a lot of credit for beating this guy. This guy can fight his ass off. Slow Tell getting a little too excited over there. He said, "I heard someone say Sinisa Estrada." Yeah, Hyro was saying something about her. Slow Tell, I think you mad thirsty, champ.
Matter that the punches didn't land flush. If I hit your shoulder, if I hit your forehead, your gloves, I know you're there and I can hit you. That's what gives guys a lot of confidence.
All right, so we're in round 3. This is an 8-rounder between Angel Costa and Gilberto Mendoza.
Round number 3 gets it.
Good overhand right by
Who
Angel
has,
Costa.
You know, the world-class experience and been a world
Make sure y'all
champion
watch along and
before.
chime in. I'd like to hear your guys' perspective on the fights as well.
Times.
And he looks like he's on a different level than Mendoza. You know, he seems to be, to me.
That's fun. Slow Teller says, Sinisa Estrada can beat me. Yes, sir.
Okay.
No comment, champ. I'm gonna leave your comment. It is what it is.
At this weight division, he said if he wins this, he's going to move back down in weight. He'd love to fight WBO flyweight champion Junto Nakatani. A fight
Oh,
maybe
yo!
before the
Did you, yo, Hyro? Did you hear that?
That's changed. He believes this fight could lift him back into it.
Angel Acosta said if he wins this fight, he wants to go down to 115, 112, and he wants to fight your boy. He wants to fight Junto Nakatani, the real Nakatani.
The boxing is such a measuring stick in so many ways. And one measuring
So coming up next, our next fight on this card is going to be Marciela Cornejo. So that's going to be a spectacle. Marciela Cornejo's fight is coming up next after this one.
Do I want to stay where I am and become a champion here at 115?
Okay, so I retract all my statements back about Angel Acosta fighting at 115. He could fight at 112, and he could fight the real Nakatani, Junto Nakatani.
Punch just missed.
I like how Slow Teller's calling Anthony Joshua the real TV. No, there's only one real TV, and that's him over there.
21 knockouts and 21 victories.
He's strong. He has a strong frame.
But yeah, some programming reminders for you guys. It might actually be premiering right now. Hold on. I know my Charlo Tito Estrada vlog. It might be premiering right now actually.
Sean Acosta won
Holy hell, hold on.
at 108. He fought at 112 last time. This
That-
time
that-
more of a
it's gonna
stage
premiere at
issue
some
at
point.
115. To the uninitiated, that would seem easy, right? Jump up. And
So
down,
my
move
Charlo
around,
Tito Estrada vlog, it's gonna premiere at the top of the hour. So in less than an hour, it'll be up, and then you got my dad's going live for the Hooker fight on Saturday. I'll be at the fight, so expect some more content like last Saturday where I was interviewing fans and stuff like that. I'll be doing that.
Just a catch weight for him.
And Sunday, I'm planning on doing like a really long live.
Power that he's got right here, he wants to try to carry that
So,
smaller weight.
A lot of good things coming up here on the channel. I know I'm supposed to do a couple interviews. I interviewed Rick Glazer last night. That'll be out soon. Jairo Galvez says, "Yo, BT, I'm picking Ortiz." I said, "Done. Respect you, champ." Wait a second. You picking Annabelle Ortiz over Sinisa Estrada? Oh, hell no. I can't believe this shit, man. I can't believe this, man. Jairo. I thought you was the real champ, Jairo. How you gonna pick Annabelle Ortiz over Superbad, Sinisa Estrada? How you gonna pick her over Sinisa Estrada, aka the Golden Girl, aka Masterclass? How you gonna do that, champ? How you gonna do that, Jairo? I thought we were friends, man. We can't be friends no more. We can't be friends. I think the weight is a concern. I'm just a casual. Nah, it's not a concern. This is actually Sinisa Estrada's natural weight class. This is where this is actually where she always wanted to be campaigning. She could never campaign there early in her career because she didn't have the promotional backing to do it, and none of the girls would fight her without money. And then same thing with Golden Boy. Golden Boy early in the early stages they wanted the Esparta fight, so they wouldn't let her fight at 105 right away. So this we're gonna see on Saturday. Oh my God, we're gonna see Sinisa Estrada's gonna go in there and she's going. Hold on, what's the magazine at? Listen, bro.
Really see
Let me tell you something.
caginess.
When she goes in there, when Sinisa goes on there on Saturday night, because what you don't understand, this is her natural weight class. This is her natural weight class. She's always wanted to fight at 105. She's been saying it for years, and now she finally gets the opportunity. Listen, when she gets into that ring, listen. You thought she was good in other fights? When she gets into that ring, Sinisa Estrada is gonna be boxing like this motherfucker right here, Roy Jones. She gonna be boxing like Roy Jones on Saturday. I'm telling you right now. It's gonna be ridiculous. That's gonna be the performance of the night. I promise you. And my Deontay Wilder voice, I promise you.
Picking off those shots.
But you know what? I'm glad you picked Annabelle Ortiz, Hyro. It makes everything more exciting. Makes everything more exciting. But yeah, we're here in round 4 of Angel Acosta versus Gilberto Mendoza. Isn't Gilberto Mendoza the guy that owns the WBA? The president? I could have swore he was the president of the WBA. So this guy's finally the president of the WBA.
Yeah, bro, a little check hook. You can hear that.
Yeah, you can. That's why I call it a thump. I just think that some
AJ versus Prime Lennox Lewis. Who do you got, brother? I'm gonna go with Prime Lennox Lewis. That stiff jab is the difference.
Twice. He's just missed with that right uppercut.
Hyro says, I wish I knew that. I'm just a casual, remember, but nothing more fun than a friendly rivalry. Yeah, man, that's true. I agree with you. Yo, Hyro, there's a guy on the card named Hyro. I texted you earlier and I told you there's a guy on the card named Hyro Lopez. So he's fighting. So you on the card, champ? You on the card, champ? You coming? Oh, that Hyro's coming. The real champ.
He's using good lateral movement.
Yeah. So in this round, Angel Acosta still having success, but he's not landing with as much regularity as he was early in the fight. And Mendoza's starting to move a little bit, step around him, and kind of frustrate him, really.
There was a little of that caginess you talked about from Mendoza.
So at the top of the hour, I want y'all to stay tuned. At the top of this hour, the Chocolatito Estrada Fight Night vlog is coming out. The 40-minute Fight Night vlog of my whole experience at the arena. Be on the lookout. Watch it. Please watch it. Hyro says, yeah, BT, I'm going to improve my record to 28 wins and 11 losses. That's right. You're a tough competitor. You're a young, hungry lion. You know? And you coming. All right, so that's the end of round 4 between Angel Acosta and Gilberto Mendoza.
Coming up next, looking forward to this one.
All right, so Marcela Cornejo is next.
Marcela Cornejo.
So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what Marcela Cornejo is bringing to the table. She's 14-4 with 5 knockouts.
Of Mexico. About a 7-1 with 4 knockouts. It's a fantastic story in her own right. It's coming up in our main event tonight on Twitch. Ring City, USA.
That's right.
Second of 3 stops in Puerto Rico here in the month of March.
So the Ring City, USA is just setting up shop in Puerto Rico. All the cards is in Puerto Rico. For those of you here who haven't done so already, make sure y'all smash that like button.
It was low. I saw it when it happened.
It's on, so you can watch the fight. It's either on Twitch or it's either on NBC Sports Network. Either one is good. So Twitch or NBC Sports Network if you want to watch the fight. In fact, I'll drop the link. I'm not watching it on Twitch or NBC Sports Network. I'm actually watching it on Crack Stream. So there's a Crack Streams link.
Mendoza has the same name, of course, of WBA President Gilberto Mendoza Jr.
Oh, I was right.
But Sean, tell me if I'm wrong. Mendoza looks a lot like Jose Ramirez, the unbeaten unified 140-pound champion, the Mexican-American. Same style, same haircut.
Yeah, I think better hair, but they do.
If AJ beats Fury twice and sparks out Wilder, is AJ top 5 heavyweight of all time?
No, why I thought that went past you.
I don't know, man. I'm just gonna let his career play out, and when it's over, I'll have a better idea.
Great right hand by
Ooh, beautiful counter punch going kind of left up by Acosta going backwards. Hey, Hyro, I don't know if you caught what I said earlier, but Angel Acosta said if he wins this fight at 115, he's gonna go down to 112, and he said he wants some smoke with your boy Junto Nakatani.
This is the breakdown. Thump.
What do you think about the Hyro? Angel Acosta versus Junto Nakatani.
I want to know what was said in the corner because there's something different going on for Acosta.
But Sean, obviously, you was a two-time world champion. You've been in there against the best competition. You know, Acosta is. Some of these punches are being blocked, but even when they're blocked,
There you go. Good body shot from Acosta.
That left hook to the body was not blocked.
Oh, man.
Landed very well, but it does. Like
Yeah,
I said,
after this fight, guys, I'm gonna wrap it up because I'm getting tired. And I still have my interviews later. So as soon as Angel Acosta fight is done, I'm gonna wrap it up.
that it's taking. And like you
So
said,
get your questions and comments and concerns in while you can, because I'm gonna end it after this fight. We're in the 5th round. This is an 8-round fight. So anything you gotta say to me, speak now.
Time and time again, I hear from fighters, Sean, they would much rather be hit upstairs than down in the basement.
It's true. It's true. Body shot, they catch your attention.
There you go. Good left hook by Acosta.
They also short circuit your best intentions after being hit by one.
Dang, BT, she has been fighting bigger girls. Dang, my last partner is campaigning at 118. Yeah, most people don't realize that Sinisa Estrada is a big puncher, and she'd have a higher knockout ratio. If she would have been able to fight the bigger girls from the beginning of her career, you know, she would have she would have more knockouts. You know, and now that she's gonna be regularly campaigning at 108 and 105, the knockouts are gonna keep coming. You know, her last 8 fights, technically, her last 8 fights, she scored a knockout, because when she fought Esparza quit on the stool, so that counts as a knockout. They ruled it a technical decision, but no, that's a knockout. She quit on the stool, and they ruled it as a technical decision. So she's got 8 straight knockouts, just like Terrence Crawford. Felipe Garcia says, "Is there boxing on?" Yeah, Felipe. Right now we're watching Ring City USA. Alberto Machado's in the main event. I didn't plan on going live for the fights. I was live talking about Charlo versus Benavidez earlier, and somebody told me that this card was on, and I forgot about it. So I figured I would stay here and talk about the fights. Yeah, but right now we got Angel Acosta, and then the fight after that is Marcelo Cornejo, and then I think the main event is Alberto Machado. So yeah. And what makes her resume crazy, right, Sinisa, right? When she turned pro, she turned pro as a flyweight. Fought there a couple times, and she went, but if you look at her first 12 fights, first 11 fights, before she signed with Golden Boy, she was everywhere. She fought at 108, 112, 115, just going up and down like this, like a yo-yo. She never had time to campaign at one weight for like a long period of time when she first turned pro. So that kind of hindered her knockout percentage. Then when she turned Golden Boy, most of her fights been at flyweight, and it's only just now that she's fighting at her natural weight divisions. So people don't understand that about her. That knockout percentage is gonna go up. I promise you.
Trending forward a little
A good jab by Gilberto Mendoza. Mendoza's starting to have some success, and yeah, I'm gonna agree with Sean Porter. Sean Porter says Mendoza kind of has this stance like what's his name, Jose Ramirez. His posture is very Jose Ramirez-esque. You know, not as good as Jose Ramirez, and I don't think he punches as hard as Jose Ramirez, but his stance is like him. The way the punches come out is like him. Good jab from Acosta. And now Mendoza, I think, is starting to pick up some rounds here in the back half of this fight.
To Gilberto Mendoza's trainer in the blue corner. He said he wants
Juiced Babusi says, really hope AJ beats Fury, but Fury is a tricky customer. If AJ doesn't get the job done, he's not going to do it easily. Fury is no Ruiz. This is not going to be like AJ versus Ruiz, too. Yeah, one thing for that's for sure. Listen, Anthony Joshua beats Tyson Fury, put him in the Hall of Fame.
Right there, get off of the combination.
That was right there to get hit.
Hyro Galvin says she's going to make the 105-pound division better than Wang Hang Renayothin, the guy that used to be TBE, the guy that was like 54-0. Yeah, man. I agree. Estrada is the East LA lady, right? Yeah, she is. She's the boxer from East LA. Very, very good boxer. I think she's going to go down as, you know, one of the best when it's all said and done.
There you go. Get the head offline, and then you were able to counter.
Yeah, Acosta's punches are getting real loopy right now. They're getting real loopy. I think Mendoza got a chance to really make the back half of this fight even more interesting. Felipe Garcia says Fury needs to beat Joshua so Fury fights Wilder, and then Wilder needs to win so he fights Andy Ruiz, and then Andy fights AJ in the trilogy. We're talking about that's a lot of things, Felipe. I know we were talking about that. I know me and you were talking about that yesterday. That's a lot of things. That's a lot of things you just said. So you're saying Fury's got to beat Joshua so that he can fight Wilder in the trilogy, and then Wilder needs to win some tune-up fights or win against Andy Ruiz so that Andy Ruiz could have the ultimate trilogy with Joshua. So you're saying the Joshua versus Ruiz 3 could be the biggest fight in boxing. I got you. Well, unfortunately, AJ is not going to beat Fury. I don't think so, at least. And I don't think Wilder's going to beat Ruiz either.
You can't give him the round.
In my humble opinion, she's better than Oscar De La Hoya, the best from East LA. Man, you just found out who she was, man, and you crowning her already. Hey, Slotello, did you actually? I know you think she's attractive, and I know you got a heart on her and whatnot, but like, what do you actually think about Sneesa Estrada? Like, have you actually watched her fights? Jairo Galvez, even Clarissa Shields, since that Estrada's going to be a star, why would she respond to you on random? My theory as to why she would respond to me on random is that we follow each other on Instagram, right? So Clarissa Shields has been following me on Instagram for like 4 years, like 3 or 4 years at least. And I know on Instagram when somebody you know comments on a post on a page, their comments normally get like highlighted, even if you don't open up the comments section. So she probably just saw it, and then she was like, "Oh my god!" But either way, no matter how you slice it, I thought I have my opinions about it. I won't speak too much on it. Slotello says, "Yeah, she's better than Floyd Mayweather and better than Sugar Ray Robinson." That's funny.
Costa has controlled this fight. No knockdowns in the fight.
All right, so round 7 of Angela Costa versus Gilberto Mendoza. And we ain't talking about the WBA president. We're talking about the fighter, 17-9 Gilberto Mendoza. Here you go, jab, left hook by Angelo Costa. As so far he's enjoying a comfortable lead here in his super flyweight debut. You know, Angel Costa, the former WBO light flyweight champion.
Costa's punching power, the numbers tell you in terms of the amount of knockouts, but let's not forget this is 2 divisions above what has been historically his best weight, where he was a former world champion at 108 pounds.
Yeah. The body is different at this weight, and guys can absorb those blows a little differently than they can.
You in trouble. Ennis versus Lipinets. Can't wait. How does it play out, BT? I think in the early stages of that fight, it's gonna be at least for the first two rounds. I think it'll be a chess match. You know, I don't think Ennis is just gonna go in there and just start walking him down immediately. But at some, but like I'm gonna stay around round 4, round 5, round 6, somewhere around that range. I think Jermall Ennis is gonna figure him out because you know Lipinets is slow. Lipinets is a plotter, and Lipinets can be outboxed easily. We saw in his last fight what Custio Clayton did to him, and really Custio Clayton should have got the decision over Lipinets. They just didn't want to give it to him for some reason. But Custio Clayton showed a great jab. It was a close fight. A draw wasn't the worst. It wasn't the worst decision in the world, but you know, Custio Clayton deserved a decision. I think that, and people that were watching that live with me, a lot of them thought that too.
Gilberto was able to roll off of it.
All right, so we're around 7 of Gilberto Mendoza versus Angel Costa. So I'm about. You guys got one more. You guys got like maybe 5 more minutes, and then I'm off of here. Cause I gotta conserve some energy for these interviews that I might have later on. Hopefully I have them.
It's good boxing by Mendoza. He's losing the fight, but he's...
The Ennis brothers had bad chins. Yeah, that, you know, hopefully... Oh! Oh, my God. Good left hook by Angel Costa for the body. That drops Mendoza. So, we finally got our first knockdown in the fight. 7 rounds later.
Costa's looking like I've been here before. I'm ready.
All right, so here comes Angel Costa. Can he finish him in the last round? Oh, he's hurt. He's hurt. Left hook, right hand. Left hook, right hand. And Mendoza holds on for dear life. And Acosta's still punching. He's still punching. 5 seconds. Can he get the stoppage? Can he beat the buzzer? Nope. All right, so the fight's going to go to the 8th round. But, man, Mendoza can barely stand up. That was a beautiful left hook by Acosta. Beautiful stuff from Acosta.
And grab Acosta when they got closer. That was impressive.
La mano entró bien, tenemos que trabajar esa mano, ¿ok? Más nada tienes que hacer, Tico. Vamos, buen trabajo. Sin desesperarte, sin desesperarte.
Sean Tito Acosta, short. And
Who is the all-time greatest heavyweight? Oh, that's an easy answer. Joe Louis. Joe Louis is the greatest heavyweight of all time. It's not a debate. To me, it's not a debate. It's not Ali. It's not Lennox Lewis. It's not George Foreman. It's not Holyfield. It's not Bo. It's Joe Louis. And Sinisa Estrada is still trained by her dad. Well, her dad's she is. Her dad's her co-trainer. The way it's been her whole career is that she's trained by Dean Campos, who was the coach of Sergio Mora, and her dad's is the co-trainer as well. So Dean Campos, Sergio Mora, those are her. No, Dean Campos and her dad, those are her trainers. Not Sergio Mora, but Sergio Mora's coach, Dean Campos, and her dad, Joe Cool Estrada.
the end of the 7th round. Let's see if Acosta can keep the pressure.
All right, so the 8th and final round between Angel Acosta and Gilberto Mendoza. It's your boy BT, the untouchable True School Sports Empire, with a real spontaneous 2-hour live fight reaction, pretty much.
It was interesting too because, guys, after the knockdown, the referee gave the count. Then he checked on Mendoza.
Virgil Ortiz versus Draw Ennis, who wins? I used to think it was Draw Ennis, but now I go with Virgil Ortiz.
What was going on?
Many referees would have stopped that.
I got Fury winning, but a question: do you think Fury beats AJ similar to Wilder? Right? You think it's better
Hit by a big shot.
to
Get the count because he looked a little
you think it's better to back AJ from the outside without walking into traps instead of moving and making AJ reset? I think it's better to back AJ from the outside without walking into traps.
It's a thin line, and you don't know. I felt like the ref was making.
I think for Tyson Fury, it's in his best interest to actually push the pace on Anthony Joshua as much as possible. I would test the stamina on Anthony Joshua because I'm not a believer in his conditioning. I'm not a believer in his stamina. So to answer your question, I think he should be right in his chest. He shouldn't stay on the end of his punches. He shouldn't run from the power. He should go to the power, smother the power, and really go in there and try to hurt him.
Acosta loves that hook.
There it is again.
Do you think Hooker will be stronger at 147? Hooker at 140? Yeah, I think he's gonna be stronger. I think he's gonna be more durable. I don't know how durable his chin is gonna be because his chin was never the best to begin with. But you know, normally the way it works in boxing is if you're a weight drained fighter and you move up in weight, if you're a weight drained fighter and you move up in weight, then that means that when you put more weight on, there's more weight on you, so you can absorb more of the shot. So I'm thinking that his chin isn't going to be as bad as it was against Jose Ramirez, but we're not going to confuse Maurice Hooker we're not going to confuse Maurice Hooker for Arturo Gatti or George Chuvalo. His chin isn't the best. So I think Virgil will get him out of there in the 8th round, 7th, 8th round. I think the fight goes some rounds. I think Virgil even experiences a little bit of trouble at some point in that fight, but I think Virgil stops him in emphatic fashion to end it. But I'm going for Maurice Hooker. I want him to win. Alan Mendicasa says, "Thanks for the stream, bro. It makes the workday go by faster." Well, I'm glad I can help you. I'm glad I can help. Felipe wants to know how they announced the venue for Ramirez Taylor. No, they have not yet. I've been looking everywhere for it. You know, I've been hoping and praying that they just announce it already, so we know where it's at, but nothing yet. And the same thing goes for Ruiz versus Areola. No venue yet. So that's the 8th and final round between Angel Acosta and Gilberto Mendoza. I think Angel will get a decision.
That was an impressive victory. For
good fight.
Acosta,
Good fight.
and an impressive loss. It wasn't a losing effort. It was a winning effort.
What do you guys think? Do you guys think I should stay on live for the Marcela Cornejo fight? Her fight is next. Should I stay live for the Marcela Cornejo fight? Let me know in the comments down below. Pablo says, "I'm concerned about Areola. The guy is 39, and he's been in some real wars and taking some beatings." Yeah, man, he has been taking beatings. But he keeps getting paydays, and I don't know, man. I think he should retire. But when you're getting offers to fight in a big time fight against your fellow Mexican heavyweight on pay-per-view with that back end money, oh my God, He getting that back end money. That's what every fighter wants is pay per view fight, because you get your purse and you get back ends. You in Trouble says, what are your thoughts on Conor Benn? Where does he fall in the welterweight division? Well, right now, as it stands, Conor Benn is still a domestic level British heavy welterweight. He's not a world level guy as of yet. He's gonna take his first baby step towards that in his next fight against Samuel Vargas, and depending on how he performs in that fight, we're gonna get a better gauge and a better sense of just where this guy is. By the way, guys, in 28 minutes at the top of the hour, my Charlo versus Estrada 40-minute vlog from Fight Night is coming out. So make sure you guys go check that out. Go give it a like. Let's see the scorecard.
79-72 in favor of the winner by way of unanimous decision. Ángel Tito Acosta.
Body. Let's go. Ángel Acosta.
So, Ángel Acosta, a rare decision win. In fact, that's his first decision win.
Oh, shit.
He was 21.
That's his first decision win. I didn't realize that.
He actually won a decision.
Wow.
And he dominated the fight.
We just saw history.
No doubt about that.
We just saw history. We just saw Ángel Acosta win a fight via decision for the first time. He's won all of his fights by decision, and he's lost all of his fights up until now by decision. So, you know, we just saw history. So you guys, I'm getting an overwhelming yes. You guys want me to stand alive for the Marcelo Cornejo fight. So you know what? Like that song said. It said, got to give the people what they want. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to give the people what they want. True School Sports, live in the evening. Normally it's the afternoon, but now we're in the evening. So I'll be live again tomorrow. Tomorrow afternoon, sometime after lunchtime, I'll be going live to give my final thoughts on Maurice Hooker versus Virgil Ortiz. And then Saturday night's Fight Night, Pops is going to have the live fight reaction for you guys. And then I'll be at the fight getting content with fans and vlogging and all that stuff. And then, yeah. It's going to be a great occasion. Slotello says, Sinisa Estrada fans, stand. I'm standing up, bro. Fuck it, man. He said Sinisa Estrada fans, stand up. We gonna stand. We gonna stand. No, I'm not joking. I don't want to break the chair, but we standing up, champ. Stand the hell up. Do you consider Floyd Mayweather the GOAT? I consider him one of the GOATs. I think he's a great fighter. I think he's A-level. I think the world of Floyd. I don't like getting into the whole GOAT talk because boxing is a sport with so much history. There's so many weight classes. There's it's hard to say. It's hard to pin down just one guy as the GOAT. There's fighters that people say is the GOAT, like Henry Armstrong and Robinson. Some people say Floyd. Some people say Joe Louis. You know, but some people say like Sam Langford. And like the historians, they say Sam Langford because, you know, he fought in all these weight classes, but there's like no footage on Sam Langford, so he's almost like a mythological character. So we don't even know how good he was because we don't have the tapes to for the eye test. So I don't know. He's a GOAT. He's one of the greats of all time. He's definitely someone that is a modern day great, and I love Floyd. I love Pops too, man. He's great, and I have good news. I have some good news, guys. So if you guys have noticed recently, Pops has been doing these lives, but the lighting hasn't been the best because at the house back in Florida, I had this lamp. There's this lamp that I have, and I've literally had this lamp since I started my channel. And the lamp has a bunch of boxing gloves wrapped around it and stuff. It's like the lamp has sentimental value, but the lamp is trash because you can't screw the little pole on the lamp all the way, so you have to lean the lamp on something. So sometimes it's very annoying with the lighting back home. So I told Pops, I said, look, Pops, go to Best Buy and get you one of these little lighting kits for like $30 or $40. And then he says this morning he sent me a picture and he has one of those little lighting kits, those lighting kits that he bought from for like $30 or $40. And yeah, so Pops gonna have some better lighting. So you guys are gonna really see Pops come Saturday. And then I know he's I think he was telling me too that apparently he's going to visit Mundo Boxing Gym. So Pops is going. I can't believe what I'm seeing and what I'm hearing from my dad. But my dad is literally going by himself to gyms in South Florida while I'm not there, and he's gonna go get some interviews. So I don't know if he went today. I haven't talked to him yet, but from what he told me earlier this week, he was going to Mundo Boxing Gym to go get some interviews. And Mundo Boxing Gym is where Philip Hergovic trains. Right now you got Zhu Can, the featherweight champions down there. You got Regan Dow down there, and obviously we have the great coach, Pedro Diaz, one of the best trainers to ever grace the sport of boxing. So Pops is putting in work too. It's not just BT. Pops is putting in hella work, and he's doing things that I never thought he'd do because he's not the most tech savvy guy in the world. But I'm trying to help him catch up with the times, and I'm coaching him the best way I can. And yeah, man. Trap House Boxing says, what did you think about Angel Acosta? I thought he looked good for 115. His punches were good. They didn't quite have that extra pop that we're used to seeing from Angel Acosta, but it had enough pop to beat Mendoza. So it was a good fight for him. It was a good experiment. Now he knows what his body feels like at 115. So if he wants to stay there and campaign and maybe try to build himself up towards those bigger fights like Charlo Tito and Estrada and Rungvisai and Cuadras and Julio Cesar Martinez and Kosai Tanaka and Kazuto Ioka. I mean, there's so many options for anybody at 115. Jermall Ancajas. Or he can go down to 112 like he said he was gonna do, and he can fight Junto Nakatani like he said he wanted to. So me personally, like if I was his manager, I would advise him to go down to 112. I think he's a better fighter down there. But he looked good. Mad Chad said Ali. Ali's the GOAT. I mean, he's one of the best. I like Ali. Make sure y'all smash that like button. We're at 48 likes. I'm trying to get to that 50. So at least get to 50. Is it me or does Sanisa's voice kind of sound like a girl version of? Yo, Slotello, why you come up with the funniest questions, bro? I don't know. I don't think so. Her voice to me, I guess, if I had to compare it to someone. Have y'all ever seen that cartoon Rocket Power? I don't know if y'all remember that show Rocket Power, but on the show Rocket Power, they had that girl in the show, the cartoon. They had that girl Regina, the girl with the purple hair. That's who she reminds me of. I don't know why, but that's who she reminds me of. Especially for a guy for a 2-year layoff and to move up 2 weight divisions is not too bad. No, he looked good. He looked. I liked what I saw from Angel Costa. Yeah, man, super flyweight is fire hot. That's how boxing should be. It really should. I mean, look how beautiful it is. You got all these guys that have fought each other. You've had Charlo Tito who's fought Estrada twice. You've had Estrada who's fought Rungvisai twice. You've had Rungvisai fight Charlo Tito twice. You've had Cuadras fight Estrada twice. You've had Cuadras fight Charlo Tito. You've had Cuadras fight Rungvisai. And that's not even factoring in all the other guys who haven't gotten into that mix, like Encajas, Ioka, Tanaka. So many matches to be made after super flyweight, aside from the 4 kings, so to speak, the 4 kings, which is Charlo Tito, Gallo, Rungvisai, and Cuadras. Those are the 4 kings. What the hell happened to this damn stream? What happened? Ugh, what happened? I have no clue what happened to Ring City USA's stream. Hold on, bro. BT, does Riddick Bowe have the belt, or is it actually in a dump somewhere? I never asked him that. I never really got to the bottom of that. To be honest with you, but if I had to take a guess, I would say he has it in the dump somewhere. To be honest, like it ain't even sad that it'll be Rungvisai versus Estrada 3 next, because Charlo Tito isn't gonna get a trilogy fight with either of them anyway. Exactly. What happened to East LA, the other homie from East LA, Frankie Gomez? He just got stressed out with boxing, and he just walked away. He just walked away from it. He had enough. Enough was enough. And he got to that point. Some fighters get to it a lot earlier than others, and he got to it really, really, really early. What the hell, bro? Trap House Box said, "Oh, I thought you were talking about the 4 clowns who ain't fought each other yet." No, no, no. Oh, you mean the guys that they say are the 4 kings, but like they haven't even fought each other? I mean, come on. I like Lopez. I love Lopez. TFE is one of my favorite fighters in boxing. Devin Haney, Ryan Garcia, all them guys. But honestly, you can't call them that because the 4 kings in the 80s, they fought each other. Duran fought Leonard. Leonard fought Hagler. Hagler fought Hearns. Hearns fought Duran. Duran fought Hagler. You know what I mean? Come on. Slotelo says, you have a Sinisa Estrada interview outside the forum from like 4 years ago, and Lord have mercy, she's Oh my God. This man is thirsty as hell. I agree, but I'm just saying, you thirsty as hell, man. Like, yeah, I remember that. She fought, so in that particular interview you're talking about, that was her 8th professional fight. She fought former world champion Nancy Franco on the Cholatito versus Quadras undercard. And it was a good performance. There's like no footage of that fight anywhere, but I remember it really well. It was a boxing clinic. Don't forget the 4 Kings ducked Aaron Pryor. Yeah, they didn't understand that it was hawk time. They didn't want no smoke with Aaron Pryor. Because they knew Aaron Pryor was coming for that ass. Bro, what happened to this boxing stream? You know what? We're going to go on Twitch. Let's go on Twitch. We trying to see Marcelo Cornejo. You know, I'm sure you guys are gonna have some amazing comments when Marcelo Cornejo is fighting. Let me see, Ring City, USA. Oh damn, their whole stream just went blank. So I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to the fight, but I guess I'll give it. What is it? 7:44 right now. So I'm thinking maybe at 8 o'clock. Maybe at 8 o'clock they'll start showing the fights again. Is that what's going on here? Main fight card. So March 18th, main fight card, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which would be 8 p.m. Oh, okay. So it's 7:44 p.m. here in Central Time Zone. 8:44 if you're in the East. The card will start back up at 9 p.m. So we will stay put till then. And I'll just talk to you guys. Lopez is that kind of guy, at least. He ain't simply about the bag and marinating fights. He's going to continue daring to be great, I'm sure. I mean, this guy's fighting at Marlins Park, bro. As far as I'm concerned, he in my eyes, he's the GOAT. That's like the coolest thing ever. He's fighting at Marlins Park. But you look at his resume. He fought Nakatani. He fought Komei. He outboxed and beat the guy they said he couldn't beat. You know, they gave him no chance against that. So many people would get in their comments and say, oh, True School, you don't know what you're talking about and all this stuff. Come on, man. Come on. Teofimo Lopez was that guy in the amateurs. He was that guy, early as a pro. He was that guy as a prospect. He was that guy as a contender. And he will damn sure be that guy as a champion. If he doesn't get Lomachenko the rematch, well, hey, that's Lomachenko's fault. That's his fault. Lomachenko was being arrogant. He didn't put the rematch clause in there. And Lopez wanted a rematch clause initially, but he said no. They said no. So he said, fuck it. If I win, you're not getting a rematch. And he won. But who's to say that they won't fight? I think if Top Rank, he might have turned it down right now, but I think if Top Rank were to come back with a and make him refuse he couldn't offer, like this is The Godfather. I'm gonna make you an offer you can't refuse. If they were to do that, I think if they gave him I don't know, he's getting $6 million, whatever it is for this fight. Let's just say they gave him $10 million or some shit like that. I guarantee you, if they put a certain number in his face, he's taking that fight. He's taking a rematch. So we can get mad at Teofimo. It'd be easy to, and if you want to, go ahead. But shouldn't Top Rank do that? Shouldn't Top Rank, if Top Rank and all parties involved were really interested in putting that fight on again, which was a great fight, why not overpay him to get him in the ring? Because he's got options. The thing is, he's got options. He could fight Devin Haney. He could fight Ryan Garcia. He could fight Tank. He could give Nakatani a rematch. Because honestly, I thought Nakatani did better against Lopez than Lomachenko, being honest with you. He could give Nakatani a rematch. He got options. He could go to 140 and fight the winner of Josh Taylor Ramirez. He could fight. He could fight Jose. He could fight Jose Cepeda. That'd be a good competitive fight. There's fight. He got options. So if they want that fight, come correct. It's boxing. How did you score Manny versus Floyd? When I watched the fight, I've had it closer than most people. I thought. I've watched that fight so many times. I thought Floyd won, but it wasn't by like a wide margin. I thought Floyd won like 115, 113. There's been times where I even scored it a draw. Because like freaking there just wasn't a whole lot of action in the fight. And people think that because there was no action in the fight that automatically just means Manny's losing rounds. No. Manny Pacquiao was throwing that straight left hand to the stomach a lot to Floyd. And he was making these rounds pretty close. Floyd won. You know, you give it to him. He won, but it was a close fight. It wasn't no blowout. Like he didn't like I heard people say after the fight, Floyd Mayweather schooled that boy. I'm like, no, he didn't. It was a close fight. And honestly, I mean, I haven't thought this in a long time, but that fight was so bad, and there was so much gray areas with the scoring that there's been times where I've scored that fight for Manny. Like I've scored like it has been in a while, but it's been time. It's been time. I was like, yo, you know what? I think Manny might have won that fight because Floyd wasn't doing anything. Manny wasn't doing anything when Floyd wasn't doing anything. But like I think out of like the 13 times I watched that fight, I might have said Manny won once. Manny won once. I said, fuck it. I'm just going to give Manny rounds. Because Floyd was clinching a lot. He was doing a lot of clinching. But, like, if I've watched that fight 13 times, I probably scored it for Floyd like 10 or 11 times. And the other times I scored it a draw. No action because Floyd neutralized him. Nah, he didn't neutralize him. They neutralized each other. Because Floyd, there were times in that fight where Floyd was overshooting right hands and he was missing stuff too. It was one of the, honestly, for both of them, if you just look at the individual performances for both Manny and Floyd, it was both one of their worst performances at the top level ever. It was a 36-minute tap dancing session for both of them. And I blame Manny. I'm pissed off at Manny that Manny didn't do anything. He had that one third round where I think he landed a straight left hand, and you know he buzzed me a little bit, but he had a good flurry. But it was a trash fight. BT, one time is coming. He coming. That one guy got him. Which one guy? The guy that he sent me. Slow Teller says, to be fair, I scored at Floyd 12 rounds to nothing. No, that wasn't no 12-0. I mean, even if you want to, even the most like delusional Floyd fanboy has to get Manny Pacquiao. I think it was the third round, the round where Manny landed that one left hand, and he was landing all kinds of like body shots, and Floyd was like, nope, like the punches weren't hurting him, but they weren't hitting him, but they were hitting him. At minimum, if you want to be as delusional as you could be, Manny at least won I think it was the third or the fourth round. There you go, the fourth round. But honestly, I don't even like talking about that fight because that fight was trash. The fight was a spectacle. It made a lot of money for the fighters. God bless them, but the fight was trash. It was a 36-minute tap dancing session that people paid $100 for. I mean, the thing is, we waited so long for it. Nah, I'm joking, but I think at worst, Floyd won 8-4. Most likely, he won 10-2. I can see 8-4. I've scored an 8-4 for Floyd before. Honestly, look, I'd rather just change the subject because that fight was trash. It was trash. If Manny would have won that fight the same way, I would have said it was trash. It was horrible. It was like, and the undercard was bad too. I remember the undercard you had Leo Santa Cruz fought Jose Cayetano, who was an insurance worker. So Leo Santa Cruz fought some sort of Mexican insurance worker on the undercard. I think Adrian Granados fought Brad Solomon on the untelevised portion of the card. He got robbed in that fight, supposedly. Who else fought on the undercard? A couple other fighters fought on the undercard. But like those are the two fights on the undercard that for some reason stick out in my head. It was Santa Cruz versus Cayetano, the Mexican insurance worker, and Granados fought I think it was Brad Solomon. Felipe Garcia said, I was there. You told me you were there, Felipe. Were you there? You were in Vegas, but you weren't at the actual fight. You weren't in the MGM Grand, were you? I know you were there in Vegas, but Floyd versus old age Manny will probably be better. I don't want to see anything. Listen, the only way I want to see Floyd and Manny compete in anything, if they compete in a one-on-one basketball game, I watch that. That's about it. I don't want to watch no boxing match. I don't want to watch no fight between them again. It was trash. They both had a chance to really put a stamp on boxing. That was like the Super Bowl of boxing, bro. I was going to the supermarket in Florida. I was going on the street, and people were talking about boxing. People were talking about that fight, and they both had a chance to really put on like a real legacy defining fight. And they went in there and they sparred for 36 minutes, both of them. So no, to hell with that fight. The only way I want to watch Floyd and Manny again is if they play basketball, Connect Four, or fucking darts. That's about it. All sports have slow motion clarification decisions. Why is there a problem when the slow motion clarifies that Manny landed more glaring cleaning shots than Floyd? I mean, yeah, I remember. I mean, I watched the slow motion fights and I saw this. I mean, I saw it. I don't know, man. The problem with boxing is right? Boxing has an even number of rounds. So if a fight has an even number of rounds, that means that each fighter can win the same amount of rounds and it'd be a draw. So that's one gray area. Second gray area is that boxing scoring is extremely subjective. It's very subjective. Some people, it's not supposed to be subjective because there's a clear framework. You're supposed to score for ring generalship, effective aggression, and defense. If a fighter wins 2 of those 3 categories in a round, that is who you give the round to. Okay. Now, how you see who's doing what and filling those criterias within the round, it all comes down to the preference of fighting that you favor. Some people have a bias or a preference towards aggressive come forward fighters, whether they know it or not. Some people have a bias towards fighters who move backwards and are slick, But either way, no matter what your preference is, you should always be looking to see when a fighter throws punches, are they landing? Are they effective? And is that fighter employing what he's trying to do in the ring? So yeah. I think boxing should really go back to odd number rounds so we can stop getting draws. Felipe says Pete sold the tickets and made money on them, and the good thing he did, it was garbage. Yeah, it was one of the worst freaking big fights of all time. Might be the worst big fight of all time because of the hype that it got. I mean, for Christ's sakes, they were charging people to go to the weigh-ins. The weigh-ins. Come on, man. Vegas was packed. 6-hour wait from the airport to the MG. Oh my God, that sounds like hell on earth. Valo XS said, "Oops, Charlo done fucked up now." Hey man, we'll see if that fight happens, man. I hope when it comes time to make that fight, he's really about what he's talking. BT Eubank Jr. will be on Chizora's pay-per-view on Sky. Who's he fighting? Hold on. Chisora versus Parker? Chisora versus Parker. Is that the pay-per-view you're referring to? Because I know they were supposed to fight soon. No scoring for offense, Felipe is asking. Yeah, effective aggression. That's offense. Effective aggression is offense. If you're fighting and you're throwing punches, any punches you throw could be a form of aggression. And if you're landing, that's effective aggression. If you're a counter puncher and you're dominating the fight, or you're getting the better of the round through counter punching, that's a form of effective aggression. If you're a pressure fighter and you're throwing lots of punches and they're placing them and they're agreeing and they're landing clearly, that's a form of effective aggression. If both fighters are doing both things, then you have to look at who's landing the harder shots. Who's landing the shots that are having a greater effect. Do you think Floyd Mayweather has hurt the sport of boxing? Yes. Yeah. Yes and no. Yes. Yeah. I hate to answer the question like that because when you answer questions like that, you sound like a woman. But I have to answer it that way because yes, he has helped the sport of boxing because I feel like because of him, fighters are more, for better or for worse, fighters are more business conscious, which is important. It is important for fighters to be business conscious and be business minded, because at the end of the day, boxing is a short window of time to get money. And when the career is done and the fans are done clapping and there's no more sold out arenas to come watch you fight, you know, you gotta have made a living for yourself. You know, the great Puerto Rican welterweight champion, the youngest welterweight champion of all time, Wilfredo Benitez, you know, as great as he was, and for the fights that he was in, you know, to this very day, Wilfredo Benitez doesn't have a dime to his name. Shout out to the great organization in New York City, Ring 10, that helps out these fighters who have been in the ring that have brain damage. But like, Wilfredo Benitez has to have other people pay his light bill. That is a fact. Okay, think about how ridiculous that sounds. The youngest champion in the history of boxing has to have his light bills paid. So it's very important that fighters be business oriented and be business conscious, but there has to be a balance to it. And that's my problem in boxing. You can be business orientated. You can go and you could strive to get the most money possible, but you still got to remember, you're an athlete, you're a fighter, and you're in a sport. So you still have to balance making money for yourself and fighting the best competition to show people in the world that you are what you say you are, and you are what you set out to be in boxing, which is the best fighter in your respective weight class, and if you are really that damn good in the world. So I think Floyd hurt the sport of boxing because fighters have become too business orientated to the point where they're doing bad business, and they're not fighting the best people, and they're actually hurting their own commercial value by selling themselves short and not taking the tough fights that'll get them to where Floyd got. You know what I'm saying? So it's a double-edged sword. But overall, honestly, in its totality, I think Floyd had a great impact on his career. He got what he needed for himself, which is good. God bless him. But overall, I think he had a negative impact on boxing because of him, it created this whole era of casual fans who value that O, all right? Who value that O. Like, if a fighter can't take a loss these days because of the Mayweather effect, they're trash if they got a loss. Like, sometimes, like, when I talk to casual boxing fans or people that don't normally watch boxing, and I tell them about a fighter and say, hey, this guy's really good. They'll say, what's his record? I'll say, his record is 29-3. They'll say, 3? He got a loss? Oh, hell no, I can't watch him, man. He got a loss. And they just write him off, and their commercial value gets lowered. So that's the kind of effect he's had on boxing, and that's the kind of effect that I think is negative for the sport. Shout out to my man Troy Graham. He agrees. Kelly Brown says, would you agree with me if I said Crawford was a seriously confident fighter? If Crawford was a seriously confident fighter, he'd be busy clearing out the whole division while waiting for the big Spence or mini fights. I would agree with you, but after I agree with you, I would also say that how can he clear out the whole division if all the top guys that he could use to clear out the division are on the other side of the street, so to speak, and those guys are on a unified front to not fight him. They have gotten together like it's the 7th grade science project to not want to fight him. Come on, man. Like, I think Crawford wants to fight the best. I think Crawford wants to be the best, but PBC doesn't have any sort of interest in fighting him. Kelly Brown says, how come you haven't done any tribute to my man Marvin Hagler? Well, because me and my dad are gonna do it soon. He has had the time, so me and my dad are gonna do a video soon and talk about his career and his fights. I have a video. I interviewed Rick Glazer yesterday, and I've got about almost 10 minutes of him telling me Marvin Hagler stories of him that he's heard throughout his time in the boxing business. So there'll be a video coming out soon about telling some great stories about Marvin Hagler. I talked about him the night he died. I don't want to rush a Marvin Hagler tribute because a tribute like that has to be done properly. So that's why I haven't done it. You don't just get on camera and just say, yeah, he was a great fighter and move on with your day. No, this is marvelous Marvin Hagler we're talking about here. This is one of boxing's true warriors. This is the fighting pride of Brockton, Massachusetts. Come on, man. We got to make sure that when we do this Marvin Hagler tribute, that it's done properly. It's done properly. I'm talking about we name his best fights, his most underrated fights, his best moments in each particular fight, his best quotes, everything. Everything has to be done properly. That's why I haven't done it yet, because I don't want to shortchange a guy like Marvin Hagler. So that's why. Because look, I said it once on Saturday night. I'll say it again. Marvin Hagler is an important fighter for me in boxing, because Marvin Hagler, y'all might not know this, but if it wasn't for Marvin Hagler, I might not even be covering boxing, because Marvin Hagler was my dad's favorite fighter. He's my father's favorite fighter, which means that if my and the reason I like boxing is because my dad. And if my dad didn't like boxing, who's to say that I would be as passionate about boxing as I am? So you can make the argument that if Marvin Hagler didn't exist, I wouldn't be here right now, and I'd probably be doing God knows what. Kelly Brown says, I cried when Hagler died. And by the way, for those of you wondering, there's no fights going on right now. We're still waiting for Marcela Cornejo. We're still waiting for her fight to start. So once it starts, I'll turn my attention to that. But yeah, the night that he died, which was the day that Charlo fought Estrada, which was crazy. The day that happened, I was here and I was talking about it, and I almost broke down and started crying. Like I actually have the clip that's gonna be posted very soon on the channel. I was literally here crying, about to cry myself, and I somehow like didn't break down and cry when I was live, but I shed a tear later on that day. Later on that day, I shed a tear when I wasn't on camera, but it hurt. It hurt, man. I met Marvin once. I met him at the 2016 WBC convention. He was a great guy. You know, took a picture of me. We talked for like 2 or 3 minutes, and then he carried on with his day. By the way, for those of you who are interested, right now as I'm talking to you guys, the Charlo Estrada vlog is premiering right now on the channel. It's literally premiering right now. So if you want to go watch that, do what you got to do. You'll see my whole fight night from like start to finish. Is Machado fighting tonight? Yeah, he is. He definitely is, Machado. All right, let me go back to the Ring City thing. Where's the Twitch? Where's the Twitch link? There it is. Okay. Yeah, we'll see how Machado looks, man. I mean, I haven't seen Machado since Andrew Cancio folded him up. Do I believe in conspiracy theories? Sometimes it depends on what. Yeah, I believe in conspiracy theories. Not all of them, but some of them I do. You know, I pick and choose your conspiracy theories accordingly. When's this Cornell fight gonna start? Who's fighting right now? Who is this? Let's see it. Oh shit! Sorry guys, sorry for the cursing. Israel Gonzalez is fighting. Holy hell! So Israel Gonzalez is fighting. Y'all may remember Israel Gonzalez, the one that fought Charlo. The one that fought Charlo and Calia fight. He's fighting right now. So here we go. Israel Gonzalez fighting Jose Martinez. So hey, I'm going for Israel Gonzalez. That's my guy right there. I like Israel Gonzalez.
Let's send you up to the ring for the introductions. Here's Lupe Contreras.
Yeah, let's see what Israel Gonzalez is all about right now. There you go. Charlo's resume is about to improve right now when Israel Gonzalez gets his W.
This is Ring City, USA, presented in association with Miguel Cotto Promotions.
Ooh, Miguel Cotto Promotions. Shout out to him.
This is our co-featured bout of the evening. Set for 10 rounds. Mexico and Puerto Rico on the line.
I'll leave now, True, so you can watch the Machado thing. I'll look out for the video on Hagler. Okay, absolutely. I don't know when it's gonna be out because I haven't even started on it yet. But when it's out, it'll be done properly.
At the sound of the bell, the ref in charge of the action, Menba Santos. Presenting first, the fighter standing in the blue corner. He enters the ring wearing red with white trim. On the
What's up?
He weighed in at an official 117 pounds.
Hold on, guys. Hold on.
Tonight,
I'll be back.
his 31st professional bout with 26 victories against 4 losses.
I'll come out.
11 of those victories coming by way of knockout. The 3-time world title challenger from Cabo San Lucas, Mexico.
All right, so Israel Gonzalez, man, he's fighting. He's never been in a bad fight. I've watched like 3 of his fights, and he's never been in a bad fight. He fights Jermall Charlo, it's a good fight. He fights Charlo, it's a good fight. He fights Kayafai, it's a good fight. He really should have been champion.
Official weight, 117 3/4 pounds. Tonight, in his 25th professional bout,
Is this-
an outstanding record of 21 victories against 1 defeat, 2 draws.
No, this is a different. I think this is a different Israel Gonzalez. This can't be the same one that fought Charlo.
Representando a las Marías, Puerto Rico.
Oh no, this is a different Israel Gonzalez.
Chiquito Martinez.
Oh no, this is Martinez. Okay, never mind. That's not Israel Gonzalez. This is Israel Gonzalez coming up, right? Am I tripping? I could have sworn it said Israel Gonzalez. I guess not. I guess it wasn't Israel Gonzalez. I don't know, man. What the hell happened to Twitch? I don't know. So Twitch is tripping right now. I don't know what's going on with Twitch, but what the hell is going on with Twitch? Let's play again. If this Twitch don't work, I'm about to get off of here. Yeah, Twitch is being weird. So yeah, I think I'm gonna get off, guys. I'm gonna get off because Twitch is being like weird and it's paused, and you know, we've been live already for like 2 hours, and I still might have my interviews later on, so I wanna make sure I do a little bit more preparation for my interviews. But I'm gonna get out of here, you guys. I'll be live again tomorrow to talk about Maurice Hooker versus Maurice Hooker versus Virgil Ortiz, and give my final thoughts on that and the entire card, and we'll talk some more tomorrow afternoon. But thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you to everybody who liked, subscribed, commented, super chatted, all that good stuff. Spent some time here today with your boy BT, and yeah, go watch the Cholatito Estrada vlog that's on the channel, premiering right now. It's premiering right now, so go and check that out right now, right when you leave here. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Dania. So until next time, take care, guys.